Roll call. Excuse me, roll call. Here.
Commissioner José
Here.
Commissioner Commissioner She just stepped out, but she is here.
I'm here.
Commissioner
We do have a quorum. Pledge of allegiance and salute the Texas flag. Testimonial oath of presenters, please be advised if you are here to present today, you are under oath before the Commissioner's Court. 1.5 public comments.
Okay. Judge, I want to know that it was a public comment that on Wednesday, August 8th, the IT department was informed by the judge's staff that we will be removed from the courthouse security camera project going forward. We were no longer invited to the scheduled demonstration. This demonstration could have provided key information to help reduce costs and allow our team to troubleshoot within the county. Despite this, the IT department continues to provide assistance when needed, as demonstrated on Thursday, August 7th. When the judge staff requested for us to help with the connection issue. Our department operates on behalf of the county as a whole and not to a certain elected official's office. We remain committed to performing our designated and assigned duties without prejudice or personal agendas. If you see too, also Commissioners, I provided the work order request and text information as to what was discussed. That would be it for my public comment.
Thank you. Yes, sir, go ahead.
Judge, just to make you aware, we had serious problems with plumbing issues on both courthouses. It's still being worked on. It was worse than what we actually thought. So the plumbers are, hopefully it will get done today. We had to go to Bert Bell just to make a opening for the toilets. So he said it was okay as long as we repaired it back. So hopefully by today, they should be done with that project right there. But just to inform the public in case there's more.
Thank you. 1.6, approval of minutes of regular meeting July 28, 2025. Now entertain a motion.
So move subject to no corrections.
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona,
Second.
second by Commissioner Odena. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition?
I abstain.
We have one abstention. Thank you, Commissioner Okawa. Motion carries. 3.1, approval of bonds. Any bonds, Ms.?
No one.
3.2, discussion and appropriate action, monthly report from Constable Precinct 1, Mr. Rudy Lopez for the month of July 2025.
Morning, Commissioners, Judge.
Morning.
Morning. Mr. Castaneda, it's not going on.
Mine doesn't.
I haven't yet gotten, and this is the extra one I had that I took. No, sure, this is on.
We're having a little bit of issue. We're sharing. Motion to approve it.
Any questions of Mr. Lucas for your report?
Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona, there's a second by Commissioner Talamontes. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.3, we have a motion to table. Excuse me? So you're asking for a discussion regarding the laptop with Mount, or you're asking what to be tabled?
Ticket right now.
So you want us to discuss the reserve deputy?
So motion to table. The laptop, mount, and accessories.
So I'm going to, there's a motion, second by Commissioner Talamontes, to table the discussion regarding the ticket writer and the laptop. However, the constable is requesting that we have a discussion and take action regarding a reserve deputy.
Motion to approve.
Questions in regards to the reserve deputy?
Is this another addition to, you had Zach, or you had,
Yes, sir.
so this is another addition to him? So you have two?
Well, I have one.
Right, but you have
To
two.
the also approval, it'll be two.
That's the one, so you're asking for another,
Yes, sir.
for two.
The reserve, or this reserve,
So they're not paid
correct.
hours to transfer to hold the license. So it's not going to cost the county anything for
Correct.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion by Commissioner Talamontes in regards to the reserve deputy.
I have a question.
Go ahead,
On
question.
your previous reserve, does he come out?
He tried to come out, he's come out about 3-4 times already, and he just works too much. He tries to come out, but he works a lot.
I'm just making sure, because I haven't seen him on your report.
I had to put him on there.
Okay, that's why I'm asking if he does assist, because I haven't seen him on it. So I'm just want to make sure that they do come out, they have to do at least 8 hours.
Well, it's up to the agency, you know, but yeah, I will let him know.
Okay, please, thank you.
Any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you, Constable.
Thank you.
3.4, discussion and appropriate action, monthly report from Constable Precinct 2, Mr. Andres Arambula for the month of July 2025.
Motion to table?
I have a motion to table by Commissioner Rubalcaba, second by Commissioner Uranda. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. I did have a question, Commissioner Rubalcaba. You said they have to have 8 hours of,
If I recall, it's 8 hours.
because he said that it was based on the agency, so.
It's based on them, since they're the constables, they need to be replaced.
So we have to do
I know it's 8 hours. The minimum is 8 hours.
It's Tico, authorized Tico. 3.5, discussion and appropriate action, monthly report from Constable Precinct 3, Mr. Robert Valderas and Juventino Torres for the month of July 2025. Morning.
Morning. I was a little slow on my months because my son's going to college, so it's going to be more time.
Congratulations. Motion to approve.
Are there any questions of Constable Valdez? I have a motion to approve by Commissioner Talamontes,
Second.
second by Commissioner Noguera. Any other discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
3.6, discussion and appropriate action, monthly report from Constable Precinct 4, Mr. Manuel Rosas for the month of July 2025.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners.
Good morning. Are there any questions of Constable Rosas?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Carmona and second by Commissioner Talamontes. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you, Constable.
3.7, I'm gonna go ahead and table this one.
Yes. I have a motion to table 3.7, approve for the peacemaker for precinct 2.
Second.
Yeah, and it was supposed to be for precinct 4, I guess.
Oh, yeah, she put 2.
Judge,
Yes, ma'am.
volunteer reserve constables are required to volunteer a minimum of 16 hours per month.
How many?
Mr. Lopez.
16 hours. Other departments might expect a minimum of 8 hours. So we need to go back and see what.
How much time they're putting in. Thank you, Commissioner. Motion to table by myself and second by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you, Constable.
Thank you.
Thank you for that information, Commissioner Noguera. 3.8, discussion and appropriate action, monthly report from County Extension Agent Ms. Alyssa Cruz for the month of July 2025.
Good morning, Judge and Commissioner.
Good morning.
I'm going to hand out some flyers for our upcoming New Hunters education and also reach kickoff event that we'll be having this month.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be having the Hunters education this weekend, and as of this morning, we have 2 spots left. We opened it up for 30. 2 are still available at this time. And we do have our upcoming 4-H kickoff on Tuesday, August 19th. Y'all are more than welcome to join. It's open to the community. We're just going to talk a little bit about what 4-H is and what we offer. It's just a come and go event, and we'll have refreshments there available.
Questions on Mrs. Cruz's report?
You said you had 2 spots left available for the Hunters education?
Motion to approve?
Second.
Give me one. Go ahead, Commissioner.
If there's a young man that's taking the, for example, because I got asked about it, if he's taking the hunter safety course online and he has a certificate, but he still needs the actual field test, does he still have to go through this, or how can he handle it?
I believe so, but the game warden would have an exact answer
Okay.
to that.
Thank you.
Judge, also on, it's a little bit off deviating from the report. I don't know if we all received a letter from Mr. Saldana. He will be retiring, I believe, at the end of the month or something like that. So, we got to want to get aware of
Yes.
that. This is an email.
Any other questions? Entertain a motion. Commissioner Noguera, second by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. Any other discussion? All in favor? Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you, Ms. Cruz.
Thank you.
3.9, discussion and appropriate action, monthly report from FCH agent, Ms. Carissa Munoz, for the month of July 2025.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
I just want to formally thank every one of you for participating in the Back to School Health Fair. And I did get some numbers from the coalition this morning that I wanted to share with you. But we had about 650 youth members go through, 360 adults. We had 54 agencies and 190 people who were serving at the booths. So just wanted to thank you. So that's about 1,200 people who were going through at the arena, so I think it was a successful event, and I just wanted to thank you for being there.
How many children did you say?
650.
Any questions of Mrs. Munoz? Motion to approve by Commissioner Noguera,
Second.
second by Commissioner Talamontes. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you so much.
I did have one more thing. The Dimmit Wellness Coalition will be having a food pantry event on the 29th, and so that'll be from 1 to 5. If you have anybody you'd like to send over there, please do. You can fill out paperwork with the coalition, but this is going to be like a open event so people can come and go by the food pantry to see.
You said 1 to 9 p.m.?
1 to 5 p.m.
Oh, 1 to 5 p.m.
on August 29th.
Do y'all have a flyer?
Yes, I have one here, and I'll share it with each of you. I'll make copies
Yeah.
and put in your box.
I'll say email it to us and then I can just
Okay.
post it.
Yes. Thank you.
3.10, discussion and monthly report from the Rodeo Arena coordinator for the month of June and July.
Good morning. Motion to approve?
I have a motion to approve by Commissioner Talamontes,
Second.
second by Commissioner Odena. Are there any other questions or discussion? If there are no, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you, Ms.
Thank you.
3.11, discussion and appropriate action, monthly report from the Dimmit County Golf Course.
Judge, I'm gonna request that we table that. I'm gonna make a motion to table it, Ms. Jaime Gonzalez.
Motion to table by Commissioner Odena,
Second.
second by Commissioner Noguera. All in favor? Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.12, discussion and appropriate action, approval to include NHS in Dimmit County FY budget with $50,000 set aside for affordable housing initiatives.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. I'm here again. So I'd like to appreciate you letting me share a quick update on what NHS is doing and how we can work together to make an impact here in Dimmit County. We've already gotten to work purchasing property in Big Wells to build affordable homes and submitting bids for tax resale properties with Purdue Brandon to turn empty lots into housing. This isn't a plan, it's already happening. The need is real. 1 in 4 people in Dimmit County live in poverty. Many homes are aging, in need of repair, or don't meet today's living standards. Across Texas, there's a shortage of over 600,000 affordable rentals, and almost half of renters are cost burdened. With your partnership, we can stretch local dollars much further by using them to leverage state and federal programs. In the past, $1 invested has helped us bring in as much as $8 in outside funding. A $50,000 set aside could help us expand resources for local families. For example, a $500 struck off lot can become $90,000 home, adding about $800 a year in tax county revenue. And over 10 years, 10 homes can return $80,000 more than your original investment. We're asking you to include NHS in the upcoming budget with a $50,000 set aside for housing initiatives. Together, we can turn empty lots into family homes, strengthen neighborhoods, and build a brighter future for Dimmit County. Thank you.
Thank you.
Questions?
This is in the city limits, correct?
Oh, the entire county.
Is it outside the city limits of Big Walls, or does that include the city limits?
Everything that's within the county, we're gonna be.
Sir, my question is, the city of Big Walls has a,
That's why we purchase our property?
no, the city has a board or court commissioners. Does that include them also with this 50,000? Or is it just for Dimmit County outside the unincorporated areas? Is it incorporated or unincorporated?
Maybe.
See what I'm saying? City of Big Walls, county has to have a resolution to go into the city of Big Walls to participate. And helping on the streets, whatever we can do, if there's an interlocal agreement. Now, my question is, the 50,000 that you are requesting, is it for the county outside of Big Walls?
What's the county outside of Big Wells?
Outside the city limits, sir?
Isn't it Dimmit County? Like,
There's an interlocal between.
So what he's asking, so what I believe Commissioner Carmona is asking is the 50,000 that you're requesting going to be applicable to property you buy within the city of Big Wells?
the city of Big Wells is, my understanding, inside of Dimmit County.
It is inside
So-
of Dimmit County,
so we're gonna
but
be-
it's still its own city, is what he's saying.
The money's coming to us, and then we are gonna be the ones going to help.
We,
Judge May I?
hold on.
Go ahead.
The question that I have, if it's up, how can I describe it? I don't know if that would be something that needs to be looked at, because county funds are going into an incorporated area, which is there's a city council or whatever you call it, inside the city of Big Walls. Now, that's called incorporated. Unincorporated, it's the outside of the city limits where the county participates. My question is, we need to look at this, see if it's allowable, because they collect taxes. The city of Big Walls collect taxes and whatever they can. I ain't got nothing against the money, but my question is it able to participate? I know that it's same as Ashton, same as Carrizo, they're all inside Dimmit County, but each one has its own incorporated area.
I think,
Mr. Coates, if you give me a minute just to explain real quick. Commissioner, so the properties that were purchased with inside the city limits of Big Wells were properties that were held by the city entity, not by the county. So it went through their city, their city meeting to sell, it still went through Purdue, but it went through their city, not through us. So those properties that were purchased were through the city, that they struck off those properties, they belong to me and belong to the county. I'm not too sure where you're getting at, the 50,000 is gonna go directly to Big Wells, but if I can help a little bit, I think that the 50,000 is gonna go to his organization to help start up the program, to be able to afford, to start the affordable housings to everybody within the county. Not necessarily Big Wells, it would include Asherton, Catarina, anywhere within the county that he can purchase any properties. Those properties, that's what the money would be allocated to. So it wouldn't necessarily just be to the city of Big Wells, the city of Asherton, the city of Catarina. It would be like everything. So it's not gonna go directly to like just one area, it's just to help the program. But I do understand where your questions are coming from and where you're having wanting some clarifications.
Yeah, the Catarina and Brundage are unincorporated. They don't have a city council. So I can see the money going toward that area.
Okay.
But I just want to make sure that we're in the right direction. Like I said, I have no problem giving it or not giving, but budgeting those 50,000 for housing. But I want to know that we're doing the right thing and not come back and someone going through our legal process. Somebody saying you have to redact those 50,000 because it's going to an incorporated area where they collect taxes and whatever they do. That's what. Mr. Pereira, are you over with this or?
No, sir, and I do not know
No, I do not know. I'm not familiar with this process, and I don't know. I would have to check into make sure it's something that the county could actually do, because maybe there was a agency or taxing entity
That was going directly to the
issue, but I don't know what.
Really?
If I'm not mistaken, I believe we've gotten a check from the county in the past, according to Mr. Estrada, when he first started it back,
Well, this is the first I hear because the last time,
and,
I don't recall,
and again, I understand what you're
but
saying.
I think it was for the county because I believe it was for Carrillo Hill and those areas.
I think they just gave, when I saw the check, it was just
Well,
given to NHS.
I would like
so
to
as be able
table
to-
this and look into it so we can have clarification on it,
Okay,
and then we can come back and take action.
so would you like me to come back to the next, Commissioners Court?
Yeah, but let us
No, we'll have to look into it.
look into it, and then they'll let you know what, and then we'll
So-
put it back on there.
Yes.
I would, Judge, if I may, I would agree to take time to look into it as well, but I would strongly consider that we do take the time to look into it, because I know that he's come multiple times and has left with no answers on some situations. I think that it's a good idea, considering what we fear that is coming, which is the tax rates increasing. It's going to generate more tax funds for us. And if these properties are just sitting here and not doing anything, we have potential to allocate 50,000 if it's allowed, because I understand where your hesitation is coming from, Mr. Caruana. And I do agree with it that we have to be cautious on making sure that we're working within the law rather than outside. But I do think that it's something that we should keep an open mind to, because again, if these properties are sitting there and they're not generating any taxes right now, and we have that fear coming ahead, we should maybe try to take the risk and try and flip some of these properties so that way we can generate at least a little bit of extra tax income within the years to come.
And put people in homes. 'Cause
Yes.
Well, I understand, sir, but we gotta look at it, the right way, because, again, I'm all for it, but at the same time, if something goes wrong, then we have to take those 50,000 away, and where's it gonna leave you? So I know you've come several times, but I would think I know this is part of your job, I would have done a little research to see if it was legal or not, but,
We need to get the county attorney.
Yeah, we need to get,
so my
our
motion
counsel.
is to table it.
Sounds good. That's better than a no.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
I have a motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona,
Second.
second by Commissioner Noguera. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.13, discussion and appropriate action, approval of the Texas Park and Wildlife Grant Resolution, Grant LP 2026, DCSO 00139.
Good morning.
Okay, ma'am.
I applied for this grant to try to help with, to assist with the fundings for the sports complex.
I appreciate that.
And it was for $750,000 if awarded. That's the max.
Do we feel that we meet all the criteria to qualify for the funding?
Yes. There was a lot of documents that needed to be uploaded as far as deeds and like flood maps and stuff, but I think I was able to manage to get all that. Hopefully it's to their standards.
Is this a full grant or a percentage match?
Percentage match. So the max that we could get was $750,000.
What is the percentage match?
20.
What? That's good.
Mrs. Gideon, can I please get a copy of the grant?
Yes. Your email?
Yes,
Okay.
And this, it would be able to cover anything that, any extra, I'm assuming you're applying for a grant, so we're over budget. Is it gonna be able to cover the cost of what we're overhead?
I don't know.
We're not over budget, she's just applying for the grant so that we can
Help with the cost.
help with the costs, not because we're over budget.
Motion to approve.
Thank you. I have a motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona,
Second.
second by Commissioner Lee.
Me?
Commissioner Talamantes. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion
And this
carries.
will, if we get awarded, let's say $250,000, it can be used for whatever we're doing at this point.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
I think on the water side, Commissioner, Noguera, because of the Texas Park Wildlife, right, like for the splash pad we're trying to put.
It's gonna be just for the, like the water.
It can be used however you guys want to use it, because it's for recreational purposes.
Oh, this is not the water one. Oh. Because we had one too for water that we were trying to apply for. That would specifically be just for like the splash pad to help.
When was the deadline to submit the application?
It was on the 15th.
It was on the 15th. Would any other areas would qualify for this grant?
Any other, like as far as like,
Any of the other parks or areas?
yes. It's just like.
No, I understand.
Yes, but any other area.
Just questions for the future, because the
Yes.
shoe prize this year would be, I can keep it on my plate for futures to.
Yes, and there's different criteria, so there's other grants as well that maybe they also will be able to.
I even have like this, one does a subdivision, precinct 6, that's pretty much. is it.
There's even one for the ramps officials.
Okay, I appreciate it, yes, we'll definitely look into that. I know that we're stuck on IT right now, but once we're done with the IT grants, then we'll go to that.
Okay.
3, thank you. 3.14, discussion and appropriate action, approval of order approving the issuance of Dimmit County, Texas Tax Fund Series 2025, authorizing a purchase contract, a paying agent registrar agreement, and making other provisions regarding such notes and matters incident thereto as can be implied.
Good morning, Judge, Ponce, and Commissioners. My name is Juan Aguilera, and I am with the law firm of Escamilla and Ponick, and we serve as the county's bond attorneys, and we help you with your finances. We prepared the agenda order that's on the agenda, so that way you could be able to consider the issuance of some tax notes. With me today is Mr. Robert Tijerina from Tijerina Financial Consulting. He has some very good news and very important information for you all to consider on the pricing of the notes, the financial terms. So I would, Judge, if it's okay with you, I'd like to yield to Mr. Tijerina so he can be able to explain the terms, and then I will then come back and see if there's any questions on the order itself.
Thank you, Mr.
Good morning, Judge Ponce, Commissioners. Again, for the record, Robert Tijerina with Tijerina Financial Consulting. I have a handout that I provided earlier of a hard copy of the final pricing presentation tax notes, Series 2025. If you turn to page 2, these are some projects that were part of the bid that was sent out to banks that the funds would be used towards construction repair, county-owned buildings, county roads and bridges, county park system, including county fairgrounds and arena, renovations, repair to the water and sewer infrastructure, along with utility improvements for county buildings and drainage improvements for county-owned properties. Total amount of the projects was $12 million. Projected cost of issuance about $140. Total amount for the tax notes is $12,140,000. If you turn to page 3, we have the tax rate impact analysis on column B. Row 12 is the recent certified property values provided by the CAD to the county auditor for $7.351 billion. That's on column B, row 12. And we have the county's existing debt on column D. And on column E is the proposed tax notes, principal and interest payments. On column E, starting on row 12, the financing is for 4 years. Next year's principal and interest payment roughly 2.5, followed about 3.6 for fiscal year 27 through 29. And if you notice on column G, we have a slight decrease to the current interest and sinking fund tax rate. And then we have another decrease in fiscal year 27, going from roughly 11.5 to roughly 5 cents of an INS tax rate, assuming no impact to column B on the property values. And again, if this item is approved, we have a closing date on September the 9th. The final fixed interest rate is 3.595%. We received 5 bids, including the winning bid from Webster Bank. We had as high as 4.87% from Frost Bank And then we had the next lowest was 3.75 from Texas Capital Bank. Again, the winning bid that we recommend to the Commissioners Court is Webster Bank at 3.595%. And if you turn to page 4, we have the working group, Dimmit County, Texas. Financial advisor, bond counsel is going to be Ponick. The placement agent, FHN Financial. The purchaser and paying agent is Webster Bank. Judge, Commissioners, any questions for myself? And again, if this item is approved, the county will receive the funds on September the 9th.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
The 12 million, if we borrow the 12 million, we would pay it off in 2 years or it's 4 years?
In 4 years.
4 years, because
Yes.
I know back then we were paying them off every 2 years.
Yeah.
Former Frank Alonso was here, it was every 2 years.
It would range anywhere from 2 years to maybe even 4 years. And given the slight drop, we made an adjustment to the maturity to go out 4 years. Now, the county has done a great job over the last 4 years. Since 2021, the county has paid off almost $34 million. And you only have one payment, if you notice on column D, row 12, that is your tax notes from 2024 last year. That's the last payment for next fiscal year. It's principal about $5.6 million and interest about $200,000. So that's why we intentionally made the first payment slightly smaller, followed by years 2 through 4 a little larger. But again, the county has paid off almost $34 million the last 4 years. And the payment maturity will be over a 4-year period on the 12/31/40.
Is there a reason why we're doing the 4?
And well, due to the uncertainty on the valuation, and since there was a slight drop in property values on column B from 7.9 to 7.3, we adjusted it to go out, instead of 3 years, go out that extra year and make it a 4-year maturity.
Is it a 2 year or 4 or 3 years before?
I have another question.
Yes, ma'am.
I know that we get to choose where we're gonna spend the money on or what projects we're gonna do or who gets what. But I have a question. Are we allowed to use this funding to fix or help the sheriff's office with the jail?
I'll turn that over. That's a great question, legal, to see what Mr. Arboleda has. And we have the description on page 2.
Before we turn it over real quick, Judge, do you mind clarifying to me who is getting what from these tax notes, please?
Excuse me,
How are these tax notes going to be allocated?
the money's the 12 million? Okay, we have 1 million going to the water improvement, 2 for the sewer improvement. And the $1 million is going to be split up a little bit more towards the road arena.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. It mumbled a little bit.
Okay.
The 1 million was for the water and the sewer?
Of the 2 million, the last 2 million, one of it's going for water improvement, and the second one is for the sewer.
So 1 million for water, 1 million for sewer.
Right. And that's for basically the area for the jail, the rodeo arena, and the sports complex. So all that area, because we were not meeting or up to expectations, and so we're going to correct that with this money. The rest of it is being divided between the commissioners, and of that, there's a what do you call it? Recycle. What do you call it? I'm sorry, the grinder, mulcher. In between, within the 10 million, it's a mulcher, and then it's divided between the commissioners.
So then you put out for the mulcher for the landfill, and then what's left?
And what's left of it is divided between them.
It was supposed to be 10 million. It's 10 million that's left over, so 2 million for each commissioner and judge, and then we took out 140, I think it was.
From each.
That Commissioner O'Connell?
From all 5.
140,000 from all 5 of us.
So 2 million each commissioner and judge.
Yes.
Minus the 140.
Minus 140,000 that we're all pitching in to provide for a mulcher for the landfill.
Okay, so from the 2 million that my department's going to receive, it's going to be, I still have to split the cost of 140 for the landfill.
Each.
Each, yes, sir.
1.8. Approximately, it's, okay.
Yeah.
And then 2 million, okay. And then the water and sewer issue that you're taking out, the 2 million, is that also gonna affect the, port station? The postal
Yeah, I'm
station?
sorry, it goes, that whole street, the
Okay.
border patrol all the way to the sheriff's. Yes, sorry.
Yes.
And I wonder, going back to why it was done for 4 years. And
I think it started in 2021, right, for 4 years. In 2021 was their data. In 2021 is when the 4 years started, correct?
Yeah, we started varying anywhere from 4 years to 2-year maturities.
but the reason we're doing it this year is also because, and now I'll show you when we get to the tax rate, but this was in order to basically spread it over the next couple of years, because there is no need to rush to pay it, because we will not, I don't think we're going to have any COs anytime in the future. And this is basically projecting that maybe if the values drop, then we will need those
The safety net, but how much is,
entrance seeking.
That's why I was asking, why are we going for 4 years when we're saying our funding or our minerals are going down, we're not getting the same amount of money.
Right, but we're still, and
So
yes,
we're waiting for 4 years when we can pay up for 2.
well, there is no need to rush into it and then hit the tax rate with that right now. Basically, so we're spreading it over, and it won't have as much of an impact if we do it over 2 years.
are we paying interest?
Yes. We paid
Would we
interest
pay
on these.
interest to the Webster Bank?
Yes.
So then are your plans possibly to schedule it for 4 years but pay more so that we can get it done within the 2 years?
No.
Because then I kind of agree with her then why are you going to prolong it based on what, if I would prolong it to 4 years or extend it to 4 years, but I would still calculate to try to make payments to fit the 2 years to pay it off so you wouldn't pay that much interest in it.
No, because we're working to try to maintain, I suppose, this current year to keep the same tax rate that we had before, even with the drop in the values. And so that's why the tax,
So it affects the tax rate if we did that?
yes,
Okay.
yes, that's basically what happened.
I know that it's important to keep the tax rate at a steady pace.
Right, and what's key, you look at page 3 on column G. So next year, we know the property values on column B are final and certified, 7.3 billion. So we know more or less it's gonna be the slightly less on the INS tax rate on column G, but the uncertainty is in year 27, 28, 29, and as the county auditor stated, give you a little bit of flexibility, go out with, instead of a 2-year maturity, a 4-year, you have a drop in there from roughly 11.5 to 5 cents. So if column B, if those values continue to drop, you will still have a slight drop on the INS tax rate. If we kept the payments higher and the valuations drop, then you're exposing yourself to a potential INS increase on column G if we structured a 2 or a 3-year financing. So we're trying to, as Mr. Perez said, trying to give the community some sort of decrease on column G by going out with a little bit longer maturity instead of the traditional 2 or 3-year payout.
So, Judge, our tax rate will stay at 28, or is it less? Like we're going the route that we're going at 4 years, or we'll stay 28 for this year? That's the proposal.
Could it fluctuate past this year?
That stays for this year. Once we approve the tax rate, that's the tax rate that stays until next budget year. It's not gonna change.
But could this affect the tax rate next year, even though it's not being done next year, not next year, but this year? No?
This number stayed here. This is the rate that we got. This is what we're doing for once we approve it. It stays at that rate. It doesn't fluctuate. It stays at that rate. The only thing that will fluctuate is the tax rate depending on valuations for next year. But the valuations for this year based on the proposal of auditor, we're getting information from the tax assessor, the rate will stay the same this year until next year.
Yeah, the principal and interest payments on column E are fixed and
They're
set.
fixed, correct.
That's the payment for the next 4 years, the interest rate. There will be no fluctuation on the interest rate or the payment schedule. But again, not knowing what's going to happen on the valuations, they could increase, they could decrease, and you have that seesaw effect. If property values go up, it puts pressure on the INS tax rate to come down. But if valuations go down, it puts pressure for the INS tax rate to go up.
I'm sorry, you said, and just to clarify, because I'm not sure if I misheard you. Did you say fixed flex or just fixed?
It fixed.
Fixed rate, okay, fixed rate, okay.
So there was a question regarding I'm sorry, was it the jail or was it the sheriff's?
The sheriff's office.
The sheriff's office will, as Mr. Guillermo has pointed out, on page 2 are all the projects that we got from working with your staff and Mr. Pereira. So a short answer is yes, because the very first one is says construction, renovation, repair, and equipment of county-owned building. So the sheriff's office would be a county-owned building. We try to, this language right here, Robert, Mr. Deana got it directly from us. This is in the order itself. So this is what we have. You notice that it's very general in nature to allow you the maximum flexibility. We also don't have a dollar amount for each one of these projects. This is something that once the money comes in, you as the board will have to decide how much money is going to be placed on each one of the projects that you have. And this amount is something that we got from Mr. Perez, is from his estimate of how much he thinks all of these projects are going to cost. But it gives you flexibility that if in the event that one project comes in at a lower amount, you can be able to use it for another project that is similar to here, or vice versa. When it comes in more over budget, then you can use some money from somewhere else. But ultimately, you as the commissioners court, this body will make decisions on how to spend specifically the dollar amount for each one of these projects. So you've got all of these things here. We have incorporated into the order all of the financing terms, all the pricing terms that Mr. Tejerina has just presented to you, and they're all in the order. So if it's the wishes of the court to move forward with this financing, a motion to adopt the order as presented would be in order. Any questions? Yes, ma'am.
And once we approve it, if it passes, we can also buy equipment.
Yes.
Regular equipment like vehicles and all that. We can also buy vehicles for the sheriff's office.
Yes, so it's in here, construction, renovation, and equipping. So equipping is considered vehicles,
I just
equipment.
wanted to make sure, because I know one time we put equipment and we wanted to buy for the sheriff's office, and they said, no, we can't, it said equipment for the roads, because it was used, the seals were for the road repairs. So I just want to make it,
No,
sure.
we put equipment in there, Mr. Pereira.
Just on a clarification purposes, like from a legal standpoint, you did put equipping of county, but you put equipping of county owned buildings. So I think that's what the question
Yes,
is
that's what
from Commissioner Rubalcaba with the previous, right? With the previous bid, because it does say equipping of county owned buildings, so that doesn't pertain to the equipment of purchasing for.
But
it happened back, and it's the way it's written.
Well, we can certainly change it, but it's
I
so.
would assume it's just equipment and that's it. So I just want to make sure that, let's say down the road, we say we're going to buy the sheriff's office vehicles, then say, no, you can't because it said equipment. I just want to make sure that
Right,
we are allowed.
Yes, and we could be, yes, you can, because it's so the building itself, you're equipping the building, which also includes the vehicles. So all those things are there, and also we have equipment for park system, also, so that may include the mulcher and different kinds of things that you might need, and then we also have for where is it? The construction, repair, and equipment of water and sewer infrastructure also gives you the ability to be able to get in any kind of equipment that you need. And also, we had it in here for the number 2, construction, repair, and improvements to county roads. including the purchase of land and equipment. Now, not necessarily you're gonna go out and buy land, but you could if something comes up that you needed to do that.
And I think, Commissioner, at the time that you, yeah, but the times that you did, that we did issue those seals, those were specifically for road repairs, and that's why the order was done that way, because that's what Commissioners Court wanted at the time, and so it's basically depends on the order. And at that time, it was strictly for
Okay,
road
so
repairs.
this order we can use it.
Yes,
It's
there's
more
no,
inclusive.
and since then, basically, we've kind of tried to broaden it, because at the time that y'all did want it for road repairs, and they came back and said, we want to change it, but it was had already been issued. So basically, that since then, we have added other stuff, even though we don't use it, we still have it in there.
Thank you.
One of the other, and I'll be very brief, one of the last things is that state law and federal tax law also dictate as to how far you can be able to finance something. 4 years is good, but they usually look at the life of the equipment, so that, and I know Mr. Tejina will have it in such a way to where you're able to pay off some of those equipment. So if you buy like a computer or something, that can be paid off in the first year. You don't want to be paying for a computer after it's no longer in use. We will look into all those things, and those are things that we prepare, and as far as the tax certificate, and also for the Texas Attorney General's office, there is we have to sign as to the life of the equipment and how long it's going to be financed. And
My apologies, I wasn't rushing when I said thank you. I was thanking Mr. Pereira for coming up with the information. But by all means, if any other commissioners have any questions, I wasn't trying to rush the process.
Anything else? Entertain a motion. The first two, you said it was also for the land that, right? At the-
Yes, that's the sewer repairs, Commissioner Noguera.
I'm not sure what
Yeah, it's the one over there by the sheriff's and the border patrol station, yes, ma'am.
The lift station,
Yes, what did you say?
sorry.
Lift
I was like, wait,
station.
I was like, okay.
Now entertain a motion.
Motion.
Thank you, Commissioner. Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona,
Second.
second by Commissioner Uranda. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, Judge.
Appreciate it.
Commissioners, appreciate the opportunity to allow both of our firms to represent the county. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day. Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez. 3.15, discussion and appropriate action of approval of the 2025 tax rate worksheets and planning calendar.
Okay, Mary, the tax assessor collector, submitted a schedule of the tax schedule approval and the rate schedule. And you should have it in front of you. And that's what she basically calculated for this year. And going back to the last page where
I only have one page is all I have.
It's right here.
No, I don't have that. Unless it's the same page.
I think you're looking at, that's the next, and there's a calendar there also. It's included in there.
Did you receive it? I didn't, it's not included in our,
Yeah,
did you commissioners receive it?
Yes,
Commissioner says it.
it's on there. You're gonna click that other.
This is the
Ah.
actual worksheet.
Okay. So it's a, if you scroll up, Commissioner, so it's in a page.
It's a worksheet,
They have given us copies.
and there's calendar. And so we will be approving the tax rate when we approve the budget on September 8th. And we will have a public hearing if need be on September 8th.
September 8th is for the what?
That's a budget approval, but we need to approve the tax rate right after.
So we can as long as we approve the tax rate by the September 8th, is that what you're implying?
Yes, but we have to approve the tax rate. After the budget request.
Yeah.
Either way, it's on that date.
So as long as it's approved by
So,
date,
yes.
just to clarify.
Yes.
Now entertain a motion.
Motion.
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona,
Second.
second by Commissioner Odena. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.16, discussion and appropriate action, proposed 2025 tax rate and record vote.
Okay, for this in 24 tax rate, it's 0.28. And if you look at the tax rate information, which is one page, it has all the information on there. And so what we're doing today is voting on a proposed tax rate. What we approved, what you all vote on today is the highest that we will be able to go up to that rate. So last year was 0.28. The no new revenue tax rate, which is on the previous forms, comes out to 0.3146. The voter approval rate is 0.3223, and our tax rate is, debt service rate is 0.0822. And you see all the calculations down here at the bottom. So going with the taxable value at the no new tax rate would be 0.3146, and that would generate $796,000 more than last year. But what we want to propose for next year is continuing with the 0.28. It drops a little bit in revenue, but it is sufficient to maintain the current budget. So basically the recommendation is a 0.28. And that's one of the reasons also that we were able to basically work with the debt service to be able to keep it at 20.28 for next year.
So you're just proposing the same as from last year?
Yes, ma'am.
It will be a decrease or increase? That's what you're proposing?
That is the proposal this year.
Do I entertain a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona,
Second.
second by Commissioner Odena. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. 3.17, discussion and appropriate action, approval of the Texas DMV optional fees calendar for year 2026 and vehicle registration. And this one's Commissioner, Ms. Mary did advise me there is no change in the fees the county will be charging for the calendar year of 2026.
It's the same.
Yes, ma'am.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Noguera, second by Commissioner Talamantes. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries.
Judge, I had a quick question real
Monday.
quick. For the tax rate,
Mhm.
it's important for it to stay at a steady pace. Is that like the main goal?
It's not necessarily, the goal is not to stay at a steady basis. The goal is to make sure that when we look at our debt in conjunction with our revenue, that we're kind of like in the middle. So whether that rate may go up, it's dependent on what our debt is. And then ultimately, what our general fund looks like. Because if you have a really high general fund, then that's where auditing comes in and you can get audited. So pretty much you're just trying to stay at a neutral rate in terms of your debt with your revenue.
So the debt as well, we should keep it at a steady pace. Because one of the reasons that I was asking as well is because I feel that how you've been speaking much about how the upcoming years are going to affect us as far as our tax revenue.
Because of
Wouldn't it
the,
be smart?
because of the valuation.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be smart to kind of decrease it? But I just didn't know if that was.
Well, no, not necessarily.
Okay.
Because if you decrease your tax rate and your valuations go down, then you're gonna get less, the county's gonna get less money. But if your valuations go down and you increase your taxes, then you're bringing in the likelihood of bringing in revenue is better than not. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you have, for example, a house that's valued at 100,000 and you bring down your tax rate to 20 cents, then you're gonna only pay 20 cents on the dollar for those taxes. Whereas if you increase it to 35 cents, the valuation came down, but now you're bringing in 35 cents to the dollar for that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you gotta give and take.
Okay.
Because if you keep it at 28 cents, which is great, all of us, here for the most part pay taxes in the county, and my goal has always been that we don't increase taxes, right? Because we have people that have to pay taxes and it's costly. But for purposes of the county, if you decrease your taxes, more likely than not, you're gonna lose revenue. And that's kind of what happened this year. We don't make up the valuations. The valuations of property comes from the tax assessor's office.
So that's her.
Not the tax assessor, the tax appraisal, excuse me.
So that rate was proposed by our tax assessor, 28?
The rate was proposed by Mr. Pereira,
Oh, okay,
our
okay,
auditor, based on the numbers, because the tax appraisal district is the one that goes and looks at homes and appraises them. So what happened this year, and what we're expecting and projecting, at least for the next 2 to 3 years, they're projecting that valuation to keep going down. The value of the mineral rights is gonna go down and down. So if it keeps going down, at some point, we're gonna have to raise our taxes if we wanna maintain the budget that we have right now. Because if we keep it at the 28 cents, like your question was to keep it consistent, and the rates keep going down, we're gonna keep losing money, and we won't be able to hire more people, we're not gonna be able to give raises, we might not be able to keep certain jobs because we're not bringing in that revenue anymore. And we're not bringing in that revenue, the county's losing money, and if you're losing money, obviously, you can't maintain the budget that you currently have. So you're gonna have to cut somewhere. So that's why it's not, to answer your question, it's not, our goal is not to maintain it at 28. Our goal is for us to be financially conservative and for us to be able to manage the county in a way where we can continue to have the budget we have now. And if that means that we have to raise taxes because the valuations are going down, then unfortunately we have to raise taxes. When your valuations go really high, that's when you're able to bring down your tax rate because the valuation's high. So regardless of whether your valuation's low, your rate's low, you're still gonna be able to bring revenue.
My question was just because I know that it's always, you've always kind of maintained it a little bit, but I would have thought just what we're foreseeing, that it would have been in the best interest of the people to lower it this time around. But I do understand where you're saying that the debt plays into a factor and that in the coming years you may see an increase in that. So I wouldn't want people upset for lowering it and then bringing it back up.
And to be quite honest, Commissioner, if you do some research, we're probably one of the lowest taxing entities in the state of Texas. Our counterparts, our other counties, their taxes are a lot higher. Obviously, there's exactly. There's other counties neighboring to us, like Commissioner Ocala said, 77. But I know that there's some that have 45. There's some that are at 60. So we're at 20, which is a really low amount. I think that as a chief budgeting officer, I could not ethically also propose to you guys to bring it down any lower than that because we'd be losing a lot more money than we should. It's great for the constituents, obviously, and anyone paying taxes, to include myself and yourself and anybody else here that pays taxes. It's great, but for purposes of running a business, which is what the Dimmit County is, it's not conducive for our budget because we'd end up having to either lose employees, not do budget cuts, or not give raises.
I understand. Thank you for taking the time to explain that to me.
Any other questions? 3.18, discussion and appropriate action, approval to increase prices on concession stand items, rental fees, weekend only, monthly membership fees due to pattern of increasing on price and product and services to golf course.
Judge, if I may.
Are you going to table that?
No, Ms. Jaime's out, but Melissa can, she's been helping us in assignment with the adjustment of these prices, if she's allowed to present this item.
Ms. Medina?
I know that we wanted to increase the rates for the weekends only, and for the concession stand, indefinitely, by 50 cents. And the membership by $5 more, which was 70 before, and now it's gonna be 75.
Okay.
When you say weekend only, what does weekend only mean?
The rental fees, like rental, it's shaded in gray.
Weekends will be Friday.
So
Saturday.
weekends would be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday? And is that Friday beginning at 8 a.m. or as soon as you open, or is it at a certain time?
Yeah, so
It's
it's
on Friday.
So business day, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday?
And then the ones shaded in yellow are gonna be the ones that we're just gonna raise the prices. I'm sorry,
So-
is the rate increasing or decreasing for the weekend?
Increasing.
Increasing.
So Monday through Thursday would be at the regular price that's listed on this document, and beginning business days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you're requesting that there be an increase of $2.50 for the green fee, correct?
Yes.
So those are not 50-cent raise, those are just different variations, right?
Right.
Right. What surrounding golf courses did you take into consideration when proposing these rates?
Uvalde and Eagle Pass.
Because I'm seeing that Uvalde's rates are higher during the weekdays and lower on the weekends. Is that due to maybe a combination of like the field being cleared and enticing more people to go out during the weekday?
Most golf courses, well, all the golf courses I've been to so far, their rates are lower on the weekdays and increase on the weekends, which is when most people find it popular to go out and spend more time.
Yeah, no, I'm seeing Uvalde that's the opposite.
You're
with
saying
it.
opposite.
Yeah, I would have just thought that it would be just because more people during the weekday would probably want to go to an emptier golf course, and so the rate should increase during the week, and during the weekend it would probably increase more revenue because there's more participants out there. But I will take into consideration, I don't know what he recommends since it is his department, and I respect that.
And just for the record, just to enlighten the court a little, one of the reasons that we are trying to increase the pricing on
Is your mic?
all of these items is, for one, as we all may know, if you go into any stores around here, a Gatorade is $2.50. And it's
I don't
starting.
know, did you want to wait for her since she had the question?
I can.
Or you just go ahead. Or, you know.
Well, anyways, the products seem to be increasing in price. Fuel is increasing, and we have approximately 20 golf carts.
To wait because she's the one that had the question.
Did you pause it, Mr. C?
No, I switched back.
The commissioner gets back?
Was it?
No, it's,
Oh, what?
like, we can.
I think this is, I saw the agenda. That's 25, I need a picture. And the 327. It's supposed to be one.
So you were asking.
And it's for so it's for the
Commission, I was explaining to the court that one of the reasons that we started looking at these numbers is because the price of fuel has increased and hasn't come down, and we've got about 20 cars that we have to fuel up with gasoline. not to mention the tractors with diesel. The product itself has increased, whether we purchase it at Sam's in bulk or we purchase
I don't
it.
think she was asking about the product, she was asking about
The rates.
the rates for during
The
the
rates,
week.
the rates are compatible to.
My question was answered though.
Yeah.
I just had a question as to why differently, but I understand that you're in the department and you probably know what's best, so.
We've been, we're just trying to keep it where it's feasible for the surrounding community. And we have heard other people talk about how.
No, absolutely. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that running that department, you do the necessary work and preparations to stay up to date with it. So taking your consideration into play, I mean, I respect it. It was just a question that I had.
Do I have a motion? Are you asking for it to be approved as proposed?
Yes, please, motion to approve as proposed.
Motion by Commissioner Odena,
Second.
second by Commissioner Carmona. Any other discussion? All in favor? Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.19, discussion of appropriate action, request reduce monthly rate. Thank you, Ms. Medina. And extended use of rodeo arena, section 1, room royalty choreography. Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Ms. Reese? Just asking, you're requesting, what is your request?
That we would have a monthly rate of $300 to rent rodeo arena on specific days specified, and with a $100 deposit.
Per day or
No, for the
yearly? Like for the whole year, basically?
What you're asking, she's asking for the monthly rate of 300, is what she's asking. So currently the space right now is at $250 per day with the $250 deposit. So they're asking if they could, to the contrary, use it for $300 for the whole month instead of paying the $250 per day.
You're just doing the month of September, correct?
As of right now, yes.
So it's only for 1 month?
And it's one section that you're needing?
Just one section, yes.
How does your enrollment process work?
For our CGC. So we would have people sign up with us. We have different categories, different types of enrollments. We have tumbling classes, all-star dance, all-star cheer, and I believe in August we're doing a mini camp, so we would have different types of mini camps. And it's the all-star is
the all-star and it's the cheer and dance. So for the enrollment, what we ask is for the kid camp, we are asking for a deposit of $35, and it's for 3 days for $85 per kid. That is going to be for 3 days, so we are going to try to extend it for the month of September, just so we can have more time for the kids, so we can teach them the talent, the choreography, and the tumbling.
And we have different rates for like tumbling classes. We have for 2 days a week for a month, and then we have 1 day a week.
Is there any added equipment that you would be taking into the arena?
Yes, so we already have our mats and our safety, like our tumbling mats and stuff that we have already, that we will be taking there into the arena.
One more question. Does your organization have a added insurance?
I believe we do. I can get with the head of it, Miss Jessica, and I can get that.
And for the other additional dates that you're asking for, it's about 14 days out of the month, Rick, that you're asking for. On those dates, you charge, the cost that you charge for them to I guess, utilize your services.
Yes, and that also comes with the teaching as well as uniforms, and when we go to competitions, that's also involved as well. So it all comes together.
Ms. Reyes, can you check with the events coordinator if September, those dates are available?
Yes, they are available for those days.
It says that they understand that right now there's no contract in place for those ones. So I guess that's great.
And then if anybody needs to book for that day, we are flexible to move dates around, move times around.
Commissioner, in
Monday.
section 1, is it
The last
the last one?
Yeah.
As you come into the sidewalks, it's that section.
What I'm going to request from this court is the opportunity to allow me to contact outside counsel so that we can make sure, because technically you're considered a business. And I know that in the past, we didn't allow for, I think it was, who was it, Commissioner Odena, that wanted to use it to do like a dance and profit, and we didn't allow them to because of the, I guess, liability, or I don't know, what did you say, Mr. Gonzalez said? Because there's a liability issue.
There's a liability attached to it, because one, for insurance purposes, like Commissioner asked, it's, yeah, we would have to see, because it's considered a business. You're not a 501c3, are you? Are you a nonprofit
501c3.
organization?
Like a nonprofit
No.
organization? Are you a nonprofit organization?
No. Yeah, there's a major difference in that. The utilization for a nonprofit 501c3 and an actual business.
So I know that you guys are trying to do it for the community, to bring something to offer for the children in this area, and I do commend you and appreciate you guys trying to bring these services to this area. But there are certain things, hoops that we have to go through. Like, for example, if your organization did have an insurance, it would be more enticed for us to be able to allow it. But then there's also the issue that you're still collecting fees based on the services you're offering. And even though that I know that your fees probably aren't, you're not banking on it, you're doing it for the love of what you're doing, and it's probably just putting you by. As a court, we still have to take that into consideration, that you still are considered a business. So those are things that we would have to take into consideration. I do agree with the judge that she does need time to go seek counsel. I wouldn't suggest outside counsel, I would suggest our county attorney judge. But that would be the situations that we're running into. But I don't want you grossly thinking that we don't support what it is that you're trying to accomplish, because we do. We thank you guys for bringing those services to this area.
We do also have, we help in Laredo, LBJ, and as well as Greer. So I'm 99% sure we have that insurance. I need to clarify.
Yeah. And I think too, even if like the rec center wasn't, I mean, the arena was an option, maybe like some of the rec centers that we have may be a little bit more suitable, because the only thing that I kind of see having issues with as well is that I wouldn't want to establish a pattern with y'all guys and then us run into issues in the long run, because the arena does get utilized a lot, even within the county, where we have workshops, meetings, and stuff like that. And there's even certain situations where the judge herself has to make accommodations with other people, because it's a first come, first served basis. So there's even certain situations where us as elected officials have to accommodate to that rule and that policy. So just as you go back and you take into consideration, maybe looking at some of the rec centers that we have in the area as well, maybe that would be a little bit more accommodating.
We have tried several, I think we tried like the second center, but the only thing is that we need a certain height for the ceiling.
I understand.
For our stencils and stuff.
The rec centers, I have the rec center in Pickles, but we're all the way out there. But we'll do some brainstorming, we'll see what we can do.
I'll entertain a motion to table.
Second, first, second, whatever you need.
Motion by Commissioner Talamantes,
Second.
second by Commissioner Noguera. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
3.20, discussion and appropriate action to approve the letter of interest for future project for airport runway and taxiway rehabilitation. Mr. Martinez. Morning.
Good morning.
questions of Mr. Martinez?
So,
I have a motion by Commissioner Noguera,
Second.
second by Commissioner Talamontes. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. We have one abstention, which is Commissioner Carmona.
I have a question for Mr. Martinez. Did you get the tractor back already?
No, oh, yeah, the blue, yes, this
You got
one
it?
here.
Okay.
3.21 discussion.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Martinez. 3.21 discussion appropriate action approval for Jacob Rodriguez to attend the OSSF designated representative class August 18th through the 25th in San Antonio.
Morning.
Morning.
Good morning. What time is your class starting Monday morning?
Commissioner, I just wanted to let you know that on his travel for his meals, it should be 200. I calculated incorrect. I put 125, but it should be 200. He leaves the day before, and then with the 3 days. So he gets his dinner and the 3 days that he's there.
And this training is for the utility department?
I'm sorry?
So this training is for the utility
Yes.
department? What is the training going to consist of?
It's for a designated representative course for inspections of septic.
Inspections of septic? Do you know the last time that the department has received that class? Or are you the first to take it?
A long time. No, I'm not the first, but it's been a long time.
How many employees do you have, Commissioner, that has taken that class?
That have taken the class?
Yes, sir.
Jacob will be the active one after this, because prior to Jacob was Mr. Rodriguez, I believe he was certified. And what this is, Commissioner, basically an inspector that, right now, we're having to pay $500 per inspection for a gentleman to come out of the pass. And then he'll add mileage to that depending on how far it is from his office. So, but if for sure $500 per inspection, this would eliminate that expenditure. And we can have our own inspector in-house.
And how many inspectors do we have, Commissioner?
Right now, we have 3 inspectors.
So he would be the fourth inspector certified,
No, Jacob is the 3rd inspector.
the third inspector. How often
What
do
do you
you
mean,
receive calls?
we have 4 inspectors? What does that
No,
mean?
no, no. Inspectors, they are not, that are certified for this, Jacob would be the only one. The other are inspectors for water and electrical. Like when we get called for a meter loop?
So the one inspector doesn't handle all
No,
water, electrical, and sewer?
no, we have three inspectors.
But I know that we have 3, Commissioner, but typically is it 1 in all 3?
No, the more you diversify, if you get 3 people to be inspectors, if one is out for sick leave or COVID, whatever, then you don't have anybody to inspect. So we have to have at least 2 to 3 inspectors. We have 3 right now.
So who are those
You also
3?
had a question, Commissioner Noguera?
Who are those 3?
Manuel, Mr.
Gary?
Gary, and Mr. Rodriguez.
Mr. Rodriguez will be the 3rd when he gets certified. Once
No.
he gets certified.
I'll be the only one.
He'll be the only one that's for this
For
specific
this.
inspection. Yes.
So who is it who is certified right now, or that's what you're saying
We
you're
don't
paying
have anybody
outside?
We don't have anybody certified, that's why
Outside,
it's
she's
called.
asking you outside.
That's why you're paying it outside?
Correct.
She's asking who are you hiring outside that you're paying?
Oh, I didn't want to mention names because he goes by his name, but his name is, Apolino Rodriguez Legal Pass.
The one that's been here for the last few years.
You. He's been here what? Oh, he's
He's the
been
one that
doing
comes
it.
out. He's
For
the
the
one that
last
comes.
few years.
So that's one thing, if we've been paying him this whole time?
Correct.
to do those services?
Correct.
Okay. And we're gonna say $500 per,
Per inspection. So if it's 2 in a week, it's 1,000 plus mileage.
yes, sir?
I have a question. You said you had 4 inspectors or 3?
Three.
Okay, you said 4, that's why you initially said 4, I was just confused.
You correct me, you said 4,
Three.
you said 3.
3.
So manual, what is manual, the water or the electrical?
Manual's a driveway and utilities inspector. If they call for a water line crossing on a county road, manual, because of his textile experience with driveways.
No, I'm not asking for his qualifications,
Well, I'm
Commissioner.
trying to elaborate on
I
it, so
know.
I'm trying to eliminate questions here, but
No.
manual's the one that inspects driveways and road conditions. Mr. Iturbe and Jacob are on the water, and now Jacob is doing sewer. Oh, and electrical.
See, that's what I was asking. Manual's utilities, Gary is water and electrical, so they're gonna be cross-trained in different, they're gonna be water, electrical, and sewer,
Correct.
each one,
Not each one.
just not manual, but Gary
Mhm.
and Mr. Rodriguez, yes.
Correct.
So 2 of them you will have that are certified with the same certification,
Yes.
and the third one is utilities.
The third one's utilities, and for this specific training, only Mr. Rodriguez. Not manual and not Mr. Iturbe.
Thank you, I really do thank you taking the time to explain that.
You're
to me.
welcome, Commissioner.
Other questions?
Motion to approve. I don't know, did you do a motion?
No, you have a question, Commissioner? Go.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion to approve by Commissioner, Talamantes. Second by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries.
Thank you.
3.22, discussion and appropriate action, approval for travel reimbursement for Jacob Rodriguez on May 22nd, July 10th, and July 22nd.
Is this reimbursement for lunch?
Yes.
It's coming up to 104, but the cap is $20.
I think it's Commissioner because I'm looking at the receipts and they say
There's 2.
Mr. Rodriguez and they say Harvey Ponce, so.
Can I ask, why is it that we're sending 2 people to do pickups?
It depends on the situation. The first one is for taking them to get a,
Water samples, I'm sure he doesn't need 2 employees to drop off water samples. To drop off a bad boy mower, that can also be done with 1 person. And then to pick up a bad boy mower can also be done with 1 person.
The waters.
Want me to answer?
Yeah, go ahead.
On the first one, to drop off water samples, it takes 1 person to drop off water samples.
But 2
in
people
this
would.
case, yes, in this case, I'm taking him to get, kind of educate on where to go in case people can't go. So we have somebody that can go. This is not a recurrence thing that's gonna happen every time.
No, I know, because it even happened to my department, I put a stop to it.
So that's why we took him, so he knows and then how to do it. So we did that for that one. The second one, when we have to pick up bad boys, I needed them that time because we had to load up 2 of them. And sometimes stuff happens and we couldn't get them together, so it helped that he was there. And also to know where we go, where we pick up our stuff. So in case he has to go and pick them up. And that's it. But it's just, for now, it's temporary.
I do appreciate the reason and the explanation that you gave. I also just don't think that it's cost efficient for the county for that to be happening because GPS is available, and if one employee doesn't know how to GPS their way to a certain location, if you ask them the day of, there's no reasoning as to why that person shouldn't be able to accomplish that solo. I can understand for the bad boy mowers, but like I did say, and I'm being honest and transparent with you, that it's something that was happening in my department that I didn't feel that was cost effective for the county to be financially conservative. So I went ahead and I stopped it in my department. I stand on it. I don't think that there needs to be 2 people. Bad boy mowers aren't anything big to where you would need the help. I could go pick up a bad boy mower myself if I wanted to with the trailer. it's not something that's needed. I do understand for safety reasons, maybe in San Antonio with the trailer, just to be like an extra set of eyes when you're kind of coming in and out of traffic, but it's not, definitely not something that needs to be reoccurring. And that's just my stance on it. So I will approve the motion to approve the $20 per day per one employee, please.
So,
Just-
yes, go ahead.
I understand it says, it has Mr. Rodriguez's name, but if Harvey went, is Harvey getting reimbursed too for his meals? Or it's all
On-
included?
on-
Or you pay for all of it? That's why it's just written on it. Okay. Just making sure. And my other question is, I know this is reimbursements, and I know in the past we had issues with our district judge on reimbursing his secretaries. So what is the difference there and here? We're gonna reimburse? Because I know he's gonna hold up for 2 years.
I agree.
Because if we're doing it for one, we have to do it for all. I'm not
And
asking,
that's-
I'm not asking.
and that's why-
My concern, that's what I'm.
That was the thing, Commissioner Noguera, is that, as you recall, we've been sitting on this court, you and I, for 3 years together, and we've never reimbursed our employees for lunch. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, we've never done it. So, not to go back on any other get off tangent, but to answer your question about Judge Abascal, that's actually one of the reasons why also I don't approve those reimbursements. I'm not gonna go off tangent on that, I'm not gonna entertain any conversation on that, but I just didn't think it was fair for us to approve Judge Abascal's staff to get reimbursed for lunch, but we don't
I know
reimburse.
in the past, we paid reimbursements. That's why I
So-
want to know if we're going to do it now. And that's a different story. I'll put that in Commissioner's Court next time, but for now, I'm just asking if we're going to do it for one, we have to be fair.
I agree.
with everybody.
I agree.
Because I agree with you. I do think as well, I'm going to agree with Commissioner Rubocabra that I think that we need to get a hold of it and see what needs to be done, because even though that you're saying, Judge, that that's why you feel it, and I'm one as well, that if my employee goes out, I cash up with $20, sometimes if they don't make it in time. I've done it where I've gone with my employee myself to keep costs down, where, you know, I want to know where something's at. But again, simple GPS, it doesn't go into reasoning to say that there needs to be two of you. But I would think that I also have an issue because I've known we've gone back and forth with reimbursement, no reimbursement.
And you say you don't reimburse for your employees, right?
No, just because I avoid the paperwork, and it's just a personal on my behalf. I can't speak for other elected officials as Mr. Urenda that wants for his employee to be reimbursed, because it is a policy that is in place, and you're entitled to an answer regardless of it. But I do agree that we cannot pick and choose when and when we don't want to do it. But I do know that two of you is not needed, and we should make sure that if we're going to do it for one, we're going to do it for all. So I'm in a motion to take.
So, in this particular one, Mr. Rodriguez, the max that we can approve you for is the $20, is what Commissioner Talamantes is advising. And I know
Per
you-
day.
Per meal.
Per meal.
Per meal.
Per meal, yes.
$20 for the lunch. I understand that you pay for the other individual that went with you, so I don't, if this court's gonna entertain the practice of us reimbursing employees when they travel out of town, even if it's for the day, then I would advise the other individual that came with you to submit his portion of it, and then he can pay you back. But as per the policy, what Commissioner Talamantes is mentioning is to give you yourself, our policy can only allow us to pay you $20.
Commissioner, Judge, even if the other employee were to bring in the receipts, we still wouldn't be able to pay it because it wasn't showing that he paid for those meals. It's another employee that paid for it. So even if that other employee came in, he still wouldn't be able to qualify for it because it wouldn't be a reimbursement on his behalf. Legally, it wouldn't be justified. Am I correct?
I would think that he would be able to get paid. But if this court doesn't want to pay him, then, you can vote not to pay the other individual. But I would strongly suggest moving forward, Mr. Rodriguez, that if it's multiple of you guys going on a day trip somewhere, that everybody pay for their own.
It's not gonna be an issue, it's just, like I said, it's right now, it's this is not gonna be an ongoing thing, where I'm gonna be in here every other week doing it. The only thing that we are responsible to do every month is take our water samples. Now, this time, he went to the trip to.
This is the second time that he's been on the receipt, sir. I'm sorry.
For water sample?
I believe it was. I know that it was for something else, sir, but yes, this is like the second or third time that
He's only got one time to a water sample. So just to be clear on that, I know that, because he.
Go ahead, Commissioner.
I could go look at the record, but I was almost sure.
I'm going to elaborate on everybody's opinion, which I respectfully respect, but I know this court adopted a policy back when Commissioner Juan Carmona was here in regards to the same issues. Just for the record, I don't tell my guys to submit or not submit paperwork. It's within their own right, and that's one of the reasons why Mr. Rodriguez is here. However, it is to the discretion of the elected official. If I want to send 2 individuals, I will send 2 individuals. If I have my own reasons and safety concerns, that's my prerogative, and I expect other people to respect that, because I don't tell anybody else how to be efficient. I find other ways of being efficient, and if safety is my priority, I'll take it that way. However, this situation, I respect everybody's opinion. Whatever y'all feel, however y'all need to vote, I will keep it at a simplicity of yea or nay, and we move forward.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
And I, for the simple purpose that regardless if it's 1 or 2 individuals, I believe they both should be, if their separate tickets should be reimbursed. Again, the commissioner says, it depends on who the elected official sends. We're nobody to tell them another elected official who can send up there and who cannot. Everybody runs their department the way they want, or the way they suggest they feel like to it. But if that's the choice of that elected official, that's his choice. And if they turn into separate tickets, by all means I will support it, because it's not fair, because for whatever reason it might be, that you don't want that other individual to get paid, they be punished for it. And I say punished because that's money out of their pocket.
It's money out of this gentleman's pocket.
And that's why I feel strongly that if they're student and they send both of them receipts, I suggest we do the right thing.
I would,
Because it's in here like we want to approve for one and we don't want to approve for the other. But that's understandable right now because it's only 1 ticket. But again, who am I to tell, for example, Commissioner Rienda, that I'm not willing to pay for the other individual if he so decided to send them both. Again, I'm going to remind ourselves that we don't tell other elected officials how to do their jobs. And if you want to support it, that's up to that elected official. But,
may I?
you know, hold on, I'm almost done. But by all means, I'm not gonna be, or I'm gonna not pay that employee, because as it is, it's money coming out of his pocket. And I can understand that maybe the lines have been all that, but whatever long it takes to get up there, we don't know. It could be something simple, it could be something else. So, in my opinion, I am gonna try and reimburse both individuals on separate tickets.
may I?
Go ahead.
That was a lot to unpack, Commissioner. Let me just start off by telling you that when I sit in the seat, I have adjusted myself to make sure that nothing is being done personal, but for financially and effective reasons. Commissioner Uranda has sat up here multiple times and has addressed that his main goal and objective is to sit here and make sure that we're operating at efficiency levels. It is untrue that he says that he doesn't tell other departments how to run. He does. He'll sit up here and he'll nitpick on things that he knows nothing about. It just so happens that I know a thing or two about picking up a bad lawnmower and dropping off water samples, that I don't think that it's warranted, but I can respect if he continues to do so. I just think it's unfair for you to sit up here and say that you guys don't nitpick at other departments based on not having all the information, when that's clearly that has been the case time and time again. And if I'm gonna be up here, we're gonna stay transparent, and be effective. And like I'm saying, if Judge Awascada's POs have not been approved, regardless if this is a county employee or who this person works for, it's not right to do that. Because there's still a situation where I know that there's a place where we're not supposed to be giving reimbursements, but we continue to do so. There's a lot of things that I've witnessed in the time that I've been here, and the short period of time that I've been here, let me might add, that y'all guys hold me accountable to, and I have to take my medicine just like everybody else. But I think that it's fair to start being fair and transparent all the way through, and what's good for what is good for all. And if our main goal is to be cost saving, cost efficient, to each department to run as effectively as possible, I don't believe, and that is my opinion, that it's warrant for 2 employees to not only waste their meal vouchers, but their hourly rate to go do something that one individual can do. That is just my opinion.
Just one mistake, please. One of the things that I'm gonna say is that on the 293rd District Judge, I either approve or disapprove what's on the agenda. What I haven't seen, man, and is the reimbursements. Well, only one time and it was denied, or for whatever reason it was. But I don't see him or the agendas being placed there. How can I approve something that's not on the agenda? Now, Commissioner Rubalcaba has mentioned that you will put it for discussion on the next Commissioner's Court. So we, as a court, we can make a decision on that, on the reimbursement process. And like you said, whatever it takes to get them reimbursed, but let's do it when it's under discussion for the district judges reimbursements. Right now, we're just, he said, I said, and we're not gonna get anywhere other than this because, as long as Commissioner Rubalcaba puts it on the, or myself,
Can we
I
just,
don't have a problem.
I mean, we're just
Hold
going,
on, Judge,
I know, but we're going back and forth and
No,
going
no,
off
but
tangent. This
real
is,
quick, we're
this
gonna
is
put
having
it
to
on the
do,
agenda.
and
we're
that's
gonna
fine,
discuss it.
you can do whatever you want, Commissioner, but right now, we're talking about Mr. Rodriguez and his request. Commissioner Talamantes already
And you-
motioned, yes, thank you so much. Commissioner Talamantes already motioned that to approve for $20, and that's it for his reimbursement. And is there a second?
Second, which will be the $60.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
3 days.
Yes, no, I understand that. I'm just saying she motioned for the $20 per day, correct, for
Yes,
lunch. And so,
What the policy allows, because it is his receipt and he did pay for it, and he's entitled to that $20 cap reimbursement.
correct. So the commissioner's motion is to approve a total of $60 for the meal reimbursement. By Commissioner Talamantes, is there a second? Oh yes, excuse me, there was a second by Commissioner Rubalcaba. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Rodriguez.
Thank you.
3.2, no, you're fine. 3.23, discussion and appropriate action, approval to purchase a hydrovac trailer for utility department out of CO's precinct 1. Good morning, Mr. Iturbe.
Hi, how many hydrovacs do you have? None at all? Okay. Second.
Motion. Other questions? I have a motion. Who made the motion? I didn't hear.
Commissioner Rubalcaba.
Motion by Commissioner Rubalcaba. Second by Commissioner Talamantes.
Mr. Iturbe, is it going to come in the trailer? Or
Yes,
the trailer will be separate? It's all together?
Yeah, it's gonna be a full trailer.
And this is a Vipor?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Iturbe.
Thank you.
3.24, There will be no action. It was a repeat item, Ms. Rosas. 3.25, discussion appropriate action to approve the approval to reinstate the burn ban.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Noguera. Just because you've been here all day, Mr. Torres, go ahead and make your way over here.
No,
so
no,
you
no,
won't feel like you've wasted your entire time. I
No,
saw
it's
you
fine,
walking over here.
So can at least say good morning?
At least say good morning, yes.
Morning, Judge, morning, Commissioner. The only reason I wanted to do it, ma'am, is that you can see if you go out of town, we just want to, it's real dry, so we just want to reinstate this. We've already had one incident this past weekend where we responded to a fire out on K-Bar Ranch Road off of 1867 for somebody that was burning in a pit, and there was no, I guess, area around where it was clean, so we were running the risk of a big grass fire. That got out of control.
I have a motion by Commissioner Noguera and a second by Commissioner Talamantes. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
ma'am. Have a
Appreciate
good day.
it.
Thank you.
sir.
Likewise.
Three 3.26, discussion and appropriate action, approval to buy an ice maker for precinct 2.
Commissioner, I have a question for you. Commissioner Carbona, the ice maker, are you having issues with yours?
Yes.
Do you know if my ice maker and your ice maker were purchased at the same time?
I don't recall that.
I'm also having issues with mine.
Yeah, I think that has to do with the water.
Mhm.
Even though I placed one little, I don't know.
Because mine is just like producing very little ice at this point. It's like it's getting me by, but it's like extremely little ice. Like there's not enough, like during lunchtime, I can't
Well,
go back.
it lasts a couple of years, and everybody goes.
Yeah.
But I think it's a lot of the issues, it's starting to break down. The water's coming up to the top.
I went and take a look at it. I just noticed it and I was saying, I was having some issues with mine as well.
Commissioner, are you asking for the court to approve the Home Depot one, which is the one that costs the least?
I was asking the court, it's either we get I believe the Home Depot it's a mistake on the ice maker, because it's only $1,000, that's a small one. So, Monday, you have, okay. And I would like to go with Alamo since it's here. And if we need any parts, we can get them.
They couldn't give us a lower price than that?
I can try and get it lower with that exception. If not, I'll bring it back to the court.
Commissioner, I can ask, on Lowe's, when I looked up one, it was 5,000, I never saw one for 1,700, so I don't know.
No, you're talking about Home Depot.
Home Depot, I'm
Depot.
sorry,
Yeah.
Home Depot. I don't think that.
No, that's the right price.
Yeah.
Well, it's the correct number, but it's on sale. First of all, it's on sale, and second, it looks like it might be a tad smaller than the other ones.
Yeah,
Because
the price-
this one is, the one at Alamo is for 500 pounds, and the one at Home Depot is 350 pounds.
Yeah, because this
And
one says
then,
5.5.
and then the one at, the $5,000 one at Lowe's is also a 500 one. So it's about 150 pound storage, lower than the other two. But see if you can try to see if they can get it cheaper. If you know, Alamo's been doing the price match.
Yes.
You might want to do a price match.
I was like, maybe a 2-for-1.
Do,
and I'll put it on the next one.
Do a price match with Alamo and see if they're willing to decrease, just so it won't be so much.
We'll do that, ma'am.
So motion to table for today by Commissioner Noguera, second by Commissioner Talamantes. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.27, discussion and appropriate action, approval to purchase an ATV for the courthouse for custodial from CO's Precinct 2.
So moved.
Do you have the?
Just to clarify,
The quote was there.
is there an ATV already purchased for the courthouse?
No.
Commissioner?
No.
Okay.
And just for that, because the ladies are having to carry those heavy trash bags all the way to downstairs. It was a quote also.
Where is it, Commissioner?
It's on the top.
I saw it.
It was the first one to be. We table the first one, so it'll be
Goes on top of the ice machine?
I don't have it.
13,899.
Tell me that price?
13,899.
13,000.
And it's by
Texas
one.
Ag. By source.
Okay, I found it.
You have a motion by Commissioner Noguera,
Second.
second by Commissioner Odena. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.28, discussion and appropriate action, surplus office chairs that are damaged.
Judge, I got about, I'll get you the proper count, but those black chairs that we used to have, all that vinyl is coming out from the chairs. I had asked my secretary to put a picture of it, but she didn't. I wanted to surplus those. I'll get you an accurate count on how many they are. And I'll also get you a picture of it so we can surplus.
I thought we could just throw them.
Well, they told me that I had to.
It's not an asset, it's not over $500.
Mm-hmm.
No, but I think they put them as a group when they bought them. It's a,
When everything was built.
Motion to approve subject to the information being provided in the letter to me.
Motion by Commissioner Talamontes, second by Commissioner Noguera. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
So can I dispose of them?
I think so. I'll
You
check
have to
that
give
out.
it for surplus, because of how,
Don't listen to that.
because of how they were purchased in bulk, the total amount needs to be, advertised.
It's that.
Maybe
Yeah,
a
that
restaurant. A restaurant, maybe the one?
Yes, or that.
We can't give them.
No, to buy them.
Oh,
Surplus, they buy them. We won't give it to them. 3.29, discussion appropriate action to accept wrap material from TxDOT.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Noguera,
second.
second by Commissioner Talamontes. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.30, discussion and appropriate action to add additional items to surplus. IT department.
We have it it's in the USB. I'm sorry, Mr. Cardenio was a little worried that his documentation wasn't provided, but I'm informing him that it was. Mr. Castañeda, this is about the third time that you add items to your surplus list, correct?
Yes.
Do you feel like you're already down to cleaning out any extra inventory that you have in there?
As far as the IT office goes, yes.
Okay. I don't know if any of y'all guys were aware, but the IT office was overpacked and run with supplies and material that wasn't necessarily needed or salvageable. So that was one of the first things that we tackled, and why you're seeing still items being added to that IT surplus list, because it takes a process to make sure that what we're getting rid of can't be utilized in other ways. I do believe that this is probably one of the last big clubs that we have going in, just to advise y'all guys that, but we finally have the department cleared out and ready for building at this point.
I see all these desktops and all that this
Miss-
whole page, several pages. Do you know, I know that for this budget year, you guys were awarded, or we gave you guys money to purchase new desktops for all the departments and the sheriff's office department too? Do you know?
They already did that, Commissioner. Commissioner Talamontes submitted. The PO was approved last week. She submitted
Yes, no, so what we did
three different POs, right? It was
Yes.
3 different POs
Yes, ma'am.
for desktops and monitors.
Okay, yes, ma'am. So what we did was, what we did first in the IT department was we made sure that we cleared out all surplus items to make sure that we didn't have anything extra. And then how we collected data from each department, seeing which areas were being called for service the most. And then from there, we came up with a plan and a sheet of what to update. And the sheriff's office was one of the number one areas where he was constantly being called to, maximizing most of his time. So we went ahead and tackled that department first, so it is gonna be done, Commissioner, as soon as the PO gets released, because it hasn't been released at this point. But I was gonna check with Victoria
It's been approved from our end. I don't know about the auditor's
yeah,
office. I
we'll-
can't answer that, but it's been approved since last week when it was submitted for the sheriff, I think it was like 43 desktops, and then there was another laptop for something, another PO for something else. It was like 3 different POs that were submitted. I don't know, I can't answer
So
for
he
Mr.
had, yeah,
Freitas.
he has two. Go ahead, Avi. I'll go ahead and let you explain what the quotes were for.
One was for 23 desktops and 35 monitors, I think.
Something like that.
And then the other one was for 6 computers and 12 monitors.
Yes, and there is
Those
other departments, as far as your going commissioner, that you said the 100 for the capital equipment. We are trying to tackle it now that we know how much the sheriff's office is costing us. There's certain people that we were able to help with scanners and printers, some of the smaller things, but we were very cautious because when we first came in, you know, that there was an extra order of bone surplus that we had that we didn't realize that was there. That's why it was important for us to pause for a minute to make sure that we didn't have anything that was salvageable, that we were ordering double up. But these last few months, you should see an increase of us trying to make sure that we update all monitors and computers moving forward, and then we go from printers and therefore on.
One more question. Mr. Steve, if you get a chance, look on the closets, or I call them closets, see if there's any boxes that y'all need to remove.
Right.
Because that's a fire hazard. I know I asked you before, but see if you can make sure we have that space clear.
Okay.
Whatever is not needed, we can get rid of it.
Okay.
Because sometimes the ladies also try to put something in there and it's full of boxes or something.
Commissioner, we also installed a work order request for his department, which also holds that department accountable. So you can request a work order and submit it to him and date it, so that way you know when you submitted that work order
I do the
request.
work order.
Yeah.
But I know I had asked him before. Way
Okay.
before that you were here.
Okay, so then we need to make sure that we create a new work order and that gets done, please.
Mr.
Yeah,
President, with your surplus in this, what's in yellow or both?
The yellow is what's already been surplus, and the white is what's.
The white is the addition.
Yes.
Yeah, he's trying to keep it on everything so we don't get mixed up.
So it's just to approve the additional items that need to be added.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll entertain a motion. Motion by Commissioner Noguera,
Second.
second by Commissioner Talamantes. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
Castaneda. 3.3, discussion appropriate action approval for 8 Bettis Drive change order number 1 to add grade inlets, concrete aprons, and bull rocks to the project to improve the drainage performance and avoid erosion.
Judge, there was a change order to it. The pictures are provided there so you guys can see where the drainage was added. It was 7,050, I believe, for the change order. 7,500, I'm sorry.
And this is on 8 on Fred?
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona, second by Commissioner Talamantes. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.32, discussion appropriate action approval for Diamond A Trench road change order number 3 to add contract days for rain delays precinct 4.
Judge, I know we had approved the very first change order for the 60 days prior when all
Yes.
that rain, and then we had rain again, so they've been delayed. So they were asking for an extension. I know they're asking for 35 days, and I'm ready to see if we can give 60 just to be the safe side.
Motion.
Motion with the, subject to the change of 60 instead of 35.
Yes, ma'am.
Second.
Who made the motion? I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
I did not.
Motion by Commissioner Talamantes, who seconded?
I did.
Commissioner Alonso Carmona. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you. 3.33, discussion and appropriate action, the approval of one order of special election for November 4th constitutional amendment election. Notice of change to polling place, which will place precinct 7 polling place to Langley and Banac building, 105 North 4th Street, Carrizo Springs. Notice of a consolidated precinct for voters of precinct 4 Catarina to consolidate with precinct 5 Asherton to vote at the Asherton City Hall on election day, and for authorize the publishing of order of special election in the Carrizo Springs Halloween newspaper. Motion by Commissioner Noguera,
Second.
second by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. 4.1, discussion and appropriate action approval for Sheriff Castañeda to attend the Southwest Border Sheriff's Texas Border Coalition on September 28th through the 30th in Chandler, Arizona.
Good morning, Sheriff.
Morning.
Afternoon, I'm sorry. 12:01.
Move in to approve.
Questions? Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona, second by Commissioner Odena. Any further discussion?
It's just you going, Sheriff? I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries.
I oppose.
Oh, we have one opposition, I'm sorry. I have one opposition by Commissioner Noguera. Thank you, Sheriff. Discussion and appropriate action. Approval to purchase, 4.2, approval to purchase a new cooler freezer by the First Choice, total of $74,970.65.
This is a replacement of the walk-in cooler we're having issues with.
And then the index, I've taken some time to see if it could be replaced and repaired, and it wasn't, correct?
Is it by board, Ms. Montes?
Yes, ma'am. I did put the ID number on the agenda request.
And who's installing it, the people
The
that?
name of the company is First Choice.
Is it gonna come with a warranty with installation?
Yes, ma'am.
How long is the warranty?
Ms. Montes, they're charging you $36,000 to install it?
Altogether, it comes to the merchandise and also the freight is all together, it comes to $74,000.
They gotta remove everything, all the panels inside and then replace everything.
Because it's all together, I guess they screwed with the cement.
Building materials, usually with buildings and stuff like that, the materials usually be the same price for the labor part of it. And I would think that in installing it with the warranty, because with the refrigerants, you cannot, they're very sensitive. The coolant and then.
Other questions?
The only thing they're not installing is the second line item, it's the sprinkler
The
system.
sprinkler
They're not licensed, we had to get somebody that's licensed to work on that.
But they were working together, both of them.
But the sprinkler system and the coolant is two different things?
It's two different things.
Or same company?
The sprinklers with the American Fire Protection Group.
Sprinklers are not licensed to work on that, so they have to get a license
License, yeah.
through the state.
As you see, I did send, I don't know if y'all saw the pictures of the walk-in cooler. I think I sent some in to you.
Did you email them to me?
No, I just submitted them to.
No, yeah.
What is it?
I can look at them. I do understand, I do know that y'all guys have taken the due diligence time to try to see if they can be repaired though, so.
We're on 4.2 right now though. On 4.2, which is the sprinkler, is the next item.
And she's gonna show us the walk-in cooler search.
Oh, yeah.
Did you want?
Where are you gonna make this purchase from?
First Choice, the freezer?
Yeah,
With First Choice.
go from your line items.
Your line item in your budget.
She's asking from your
Oh.
budget, where in your budget are you pulling this money from?
They have monies available from the COs.
COs.
Okay. Motion to approve.
Motion by Commissioner Talamantes,
Second.
second by Commissioner Noguera. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 4.3, discussion and appropriate action to install new fire sprinklers for the new cooler freezer, total $4,075.
So this is the one that you're saying that the cost is $4,075, but we're expecting to see another added cost for the installation?
No,
No.
it'd be the sprinkler
This is
system.
the
like right
sprinkler
here,
system.
But it's in that cooler, they have them in their stall, so we have to replace them with new ones.
Ah,
By
okay.
doing everything new.
So just in the walk-in cooler itself?
And it's
Just in
supposed
just
to be
that
in
walking cooler.
It's mandatory, we have a sprinkler tank.
Yes, ma'am.
And they'll be taking them off and putting back on the new ones.
So are the sprinkler systems already purchased? Or is this including the purchase of the sprinklers as well, the 4,000?
It'll be for that, company.
The company. And this is just to be in compliance with the new freezer coming in.
Yes,
Motion to approve.
Motion by Commissioner Talamantes,
Second.
second by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries.
And I apologize, the photos are listed here, Judge, you just have to scroll a little bit further down.
4.4, jail status report.
Right now, Judge, on the Operation Lone Star, we have 8 inmates in the Frisco unit.
Yeah, what?
8 inmates for the operational officer.
With that one, Judge, they're no longer accepting any inmates, so they shut down the Valverde. So what we have right now in Bristol, their allowances, but once they get sentenced off, I mean, they're not taking any more new inmates, so they're working with us, so the inmates we have there right now, we're holding them. Unless they tell us we gotta go pick them up, then we'll bring them into our own facility. But they shut down the processing center in Valverde County.
I have a question for you, did we ever increase the prices for the
No.
day rate?
No.
Okay.
With Marshall, we're working on that, it's a long process, we're working on that right now with Mr. Breda, and we're working on that issue.
Do you have an expected time as to when you think that would be completed?
No, ma'am, as soon as I get what I need, we'll forward it, and then it's gonna be up to the marshals to get back and see if they agree on the rate to go up. We are working on that.
But us as a county, we're not delaying the process?
No, no.
We've been asking for it for almost over a year, right, Sheriff?
But I feel like now, especially with another facility closing down, it would be more.
But that's
No,
that's
those are-
OLS. That has
So that's
nothing, no, that has nothing to do with the marshals. OLS is completely, yeah, OLS is completely separate. The marshals is all federal stuff. So it's two different
Two
things.
different, so they're two different rates as well, or no?
No.
Okay,
Well,
rate.
all this is like the
Yes.
smuggling versus
Yeah.
the people that smuggling.
But you, does the jail get compensated for holding those individuals?
No, not for
That's
OLS.
why they're holding them in,
OLS is being held over yonder in Delhi. in Bristol.
Delhi.
We don't hold them. That's what he's saying. We don't hold them, but they're no longer gonna be holding them. So he's just advising the court in case we need to start holding them here, because they're not gonna be holding them at other locations anymore.
But it
we're
would be
working
at the
on.
cost of the county, not nothing that.
It would be like any other offense.
What we're working on with that one, with the governor's office, they're trying to work something out where anything dealing with OLS.
They're gonna
we're
reimburse.
Oh, okay,
bill them,
reimburse.
and they'll reimburse us. So, because we might not have the space, and we might have to house them St. Maverick County. They'll bill us, and then we'll get reimbursed for that. So that's what we're working on with the governor's office right now. We haven't, not a for sure deal right now, but we're still working on that.
And then what about the expansion of the jailhouse? Because I've never heard some chatter on that, and especially with that being a possibility for y'all. Is that something that's in your plate forthcoming? You're just trying to get by what you can get by right now? Because I know that you have the reconstruction of the dispatch.
What was your question?
Like, is he gonna still plan to expand the jail? Because I know that that was talk, now that this place is closing down.
I don't.
No, the expansion, yes, I mean, that's something that would deal with the commission.
He's talking about, they're having to remodel the dispatch area, not expanding the jail per
No,
se.
that's what I said. I know that he's doing the remodel and his plate is full with that right now, but I was asking him, since that's a possibility that's gonna happen with those, needing placement, the OLS, if that's something that is gonna possibly come back.
Well, I mean, with the OLS, the way that the OLS works is that, it's just under the umbrella of OLS, but it's like any other crime that was here before. It's more for purposes of the grant. So it's like those inmates that the sheriff stops and they fall under the category of OLS. the governor had allocated funds so that they can go to different areas and not be here. But if OLS is not in place, it would be like any other crime. If they stop somebody and it's like a smuggling case, they just put them in their jail like they used to before. So that's
What's helping us also right now is Border Patrol. Like if we get somebody for smuggling, they're picking up the case.
and they take it to the feds.
The feds.
So it's not stressing out your
Yes.
department?
No.
Okay. That's what my fear is, that like if you were gonna get overstressed here in the near future with, not necessarily knowing where to place everybody. Okay, and then it's not something that you're expecting to have issues with?
Right now with that population with the smuggling we had before, no, it's
No.
slowed down a lot.
Okay, yeah. it
Thank
really-
you, I appreciate it.
It really has. Any other questions for the jail?
No.
I'll entertain a motion. Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona, second by Commissioner Noguera. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you, Ms. Montes.
Thank you.
4.5, discussion and appropriate action, Sheriff's report.
I included June and July. I don't know if June was last month that we included it or not, but I went ahead and included it.
Questions?
Motion?
Motion by Commissioner Talamantes,
Second.
second by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sheriff.
5.1, discussion and appropriate action, presentation and approval of Dimmit County annual financial audit for fiscal year ending September 30th, 2024.
Afternoon, Judge, Commissioners.
Good afternoon.
Can you all hear me okay? I'm Jacob Bowman. I'm an audit supervisor with Patilla Brown and Hill. We are the county's outside financial auditors. Every year, it's required that local governments in the state receive an annual financial statement audit, primarily for the sake of, citizens, the grant funding, bonds, stuff like that, all those various financial statement users. And our job is essentially to give an opinion on whether the numbers in the annual financial report that y'all should have as of September 30th last year are accurate or not. Can they be relied upon by folks using the financial statements? So after applying a variety of audit procedures, following generally accepted auditing standards, confirming balances, cash, looking at revenues, analyzing things, seeing if the numbers meet our expectation of what they should be. Do they paint an accurate picture of the county's dealings this past year? And we're happy to say that y'all received once again an unmodified opinion, clean opinion, same thing. Out of the opinions we can give out, that's the best opinion. It's essentially saying that we are reasonably sure that these financials do not have any material misstatement, material errors. So good news there. That's really the main goal of the audit, is the financial statement side of things. In addition to that, we're also concerned with internal control and checks and balances. We look at that. We're not concerned with it, but it's a part of our job to look at that. Is there the right processes in place that produce accurate financials? Is there the right processes in place that prevent fraud or limit the possibility of fraud? And so in addition to looking at the accuracy of financial statements, the checks and balances, the internal controls, no issues there either, based on our testing. The third kind of area we look at, I guess you could say, is federal and state funding. Y'all get a decent amount of public safety funding with Operation Stone Garden. Y'all have a decent amount of state funding with the County Transportation Infrastructure Grant and Operation Lone Star, which I was just talking about. We audited all three of those grants this year. Remember, as of September 30th, 2024, and not all three of those grants, no issues. I know y'all get kind of separately audited by the state, but from our outside auditor, As an accounting firm, looking at it, no issues, no question costs or material misstatements on the grant side of things either. So really across the board, this past audit, no bad news from our auditing perspective that we can attest to or anything we found. I want to briefly mention some financial highlights throughout this annual financial report. I'm not going to go through the whole report. It's pretty lengthy. I would encourage everyone to give it a look, especially the first section of the report called Management's Discussion and Analysis, a brief summary of the year. General fund at September 30th last year had around $65 million of fund balance. Now that's the chief fund. All the other governmental funds have pretty good reserves as well, going through all the grant funds, debt service fund. General fund, that's about for general fund, that's about 3 years worth of expenditures that you'll have in reserves, just for general fund. That is higher than average.
Is that okay?
Yes, yes. At the end of the day, the reserve of what you have, it depends on the context of where you're working and the situation that you're in. So it varies. Some places work on very, very little, but they're not expected to have reserves. Like an appraisal district, they're supposed to have very little. But a county, especially if it's doing significant spending improvements, more common, let's say. But again, we don't necessarily opine on the financial health or anything like that. I'm just observing, at the end of the day, our opinion and expertise comes to accuracy in financials. So it's presenting the numbers. In addition to having healthy governmental funds in terms of reserves, the general fund's budget at year-end last year had no budget overages. Everything came in under. Revenues were higher than expected. I think fund balance came in a little higher than expected as well. Interest rates, especially for y'all, I don't know if it's the rate, but y'all almost doubled y'all's interest from the prior year. To kind of help, I think y'all's property taxes or sales tax dipped a little, but the interest revenue totally covered that. So overall, fund balance is healthy throughout all the funds. From an audit perspective, y'all are very easy to work with. Working with Mr. Pereira and his office, very easy to work with. We talked to other offices too, the JPs, the different clerks, stuff like that. Everyone's very forthcoming and honest and helpful to us, so we appreciate it. I've been working on audit for 5 years now, ever since I first started, and it's been that way since then. So thank you all for the help, Mr. Pereira. I want to open it up to any questions y'all may have on the numbers themselves. What's an audit? What do we do? What don't we do? I'm here for that this morning for y'all.
I want to take the time to applaud Mr. Pereira and his staff for the amazing work that they do. They're always on top of things, especially with the grants, keeping track of it. They have one employee that's always on top of everything. Ever since I've been here, I've noticed that. And I would like to see a little bit more of you guys, because I know before the previous auditors that we have had, they used to meet with us individually. I was at the sheriff's office, so I know what it was. They would come and ask for equipment and make sure where everything is at. So I miss that.
Sure. We can live with that.
Accountability.
Accountability, now I just want to make sure.
Accountability.
I feel more comfortable one-on-one or letting you guys know where my equipment is and all that. When you guys ask me questions. But other than that, I'm glad everything's there, everything's where it's supposed to be at. Like I said, thank you, Mr. Pereira, and your staff for an amazing job.
Thank you all. We'll take note of that. Doing things in person and looking at processes in person is always much better. You can see the whole picture. So I'll take note of that. Thank you.
I was going to ask, because I am the new commissioner up here, I need to meet with the commissioner on
This year, our practice, just as our firm, we are less likely, and this goes for cities and schools, is less likely to talk to the elected officials. We will send a related party questionnaire, which you should have received maybe months ago, just talking about, did you have any...
I did receive
stuff
that.
like that.
I just didn't feel comfortable doing it because I have a lot of questions still.
Sure.
As far as my inventory goes. So, again, I didn't receive an audit on it.
It's in our practice, don't directly speak to the elected officials too much. If there is a risk for elected official, and this actually has happened, where on their letter they say, hey, this one area is risky to us. Can you come talk to us about it? We'll go talk to that commissioner or their office. But that's our normal procedure, isn't to go to the elected officials. We'll talk to the JPs, the places where they collect money, purchasing, HR, AP, grants, sheriff's office, we look at all those. But in our practice, y'all's involvement will ultimately want to make sure that there was no related party transactions. If there were, y'all abstained from voting. And if y'all have any perceived internal control or fraud risk, ultimately, our main interaction with the governing body is to get y'all's opinion on the state of the county that y'all can communicate to us, which affects our audit approach. If y'all tell us that there's, such and such office is in a bad way, or I'm worried about this, we'll look at that. That gives us heightened risk. We don't necessarily know what those areas are unless y'all tell us in the letter. However, talking in person or a phone call is better. Of course, we'd love to do that with your office.
Is this your contact information listed on top?
My personal contact information is probably not in this report. Mr. Pereira has my email, my cell phone number. Any of y'all can have that, talk anytime. Somewhere in here, I doubt we have our firm's email. Our address may be in here.
Is this done yearly?
Yes, ma'am. This is done every year. Around April and May is when we're typically working with the county.
So I'll go ahead and get with Mr. Perea and make sure that I get in contact with your office to get better
Sure.
prepared for next year. Just wanted to point that out, but I do appreciate you answering the questions that we have.
Of course.
And I look forward to sitting down with you so we can better explain to you the process.
Good deal. I'll look forward to that as well. Looking forward to hearing from you. Any other questions this time, Mr. Pereira?
Any?
I just want to make some comments. Actually, I do want to thank my staff because the staff
Yes.
is very efficient on this. And we do begin to, once the end of the fiscal year ends, September 30th is when we start collecting all the data. So basically, we have it ready so when the auditing firm comes in or we start presenting stuff to them, it is there for them to do it. So we basically do it ahead of time. Now, in your case, since you weren't here before September 30th, they wouldn't get involved that much with you, but they will be for next year.
Okay.
So, and they will require the form be submitted. So basically, there's a little change in there, but yeah, that's what it is. And so we are trying to do it as soon as we finish the fiscal year, we start collecting data to be able to do the presentation.
I don't want to imply that didn't receive the letter. I did receive it. I've had 8 months in service and I've been trying to juggle everything and comprehend as much as I could. It's just something that I would have benefited from a person-to-person meeting, but it is completely on my fault that I did receive the letter. I just didn't submit it or follow the submission process of it. But next year I will get better informed so that way I'm aware next year.
And Commissioner, they weren't here this year to meet with some of the elected officials. I don't know if you might have been out that week or what have you, but they did meet with some of the commissioners.
They met with some of the commissioners?
I think we may have met with some of the, I can't remember the commissioner, JPs for sure we talked to. Anywhere that's collecting money, the elected officials.
What commissioners?
I'm not sure. Basically, whatever that we were able to schedule for that week that they were here.
So just a quick heads up, around April is typically when the audit kicks off. So around that time, set a reminder to probably try to reach out to y'all beforehand, especially with your precinct, maybe do an in-person conversation or at the least an extended phone call.
Yes.
Yeah, we would like to do that.
I had one of the auditors met with me.
Oh, really?
I
Okay.
requested it.
Good deal. Gotcha. Okay, well, there you go. Split it up better. Yes, sir.
Hold it up.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. We'll make a note next year, of course, for your precincts to meet with you. Any other questions at this time?
Entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona, second by Commissioner Noguera. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. We do have 2 abstentions. Ms. Rosas, that's Commissioner Odena. And Commissioner Talamantes just walked out, so there's no vote on them too.
Thank you all for your time.
Thank you. 5.2, discussion and appropriate action, approval of proposed salaries for elected officials. Commissioners, as you can see before you, Mr. Pereira submitted the proposed salaries for for the elected officials, only as required by law. They need to be approved and advertised. There was a proposed 5% increase in salary across, was proposed for the most part, excuse me. I will put on the record and reiterate my comment from the budget workshop, that I was and am still willing to go forward and forego my salary 5% increase, and I will respectfully request this court to accept my proposal to not receive a 5% raise, and that my 5% raise be allocated to our district clerk, Ms. Marisela Gonzalez.
Judge is, so I will also give my 5%
I'm sorry,
to the district clerk.
I'm 5.2.
Yeah.
I got it, Commissioner, thank you.
What page number, I'm sorry?
5.2, discussion of the proposed salaries.
Oh, so you Miss Gonzalez? It is a 5% increase too.
No, what I was saying is that the recommendation and proposed salary for elected officials, in part, was a 5% increase. I am requesting this court to accept my position in, I don't want a 5%, my 5% raise. I'm willing to give my 5% as the county judge to our district clerk to make her comparable.
To whom?
Well,
just other departments?
in general,
Yes.
because as she requested. And so I was willing to forego my 5% increase, if this court is willing to entertain that.
As well as
So yours and Mr. Carmona will stay at the same rate?
Correct. And with that being said, for transparency purposes, because this was a question that I discussed with our auditor and Mr. Carmona, obviously, as you are aware, only increases would be disseminated on the newspaper, and because him and I are foregoing and not wanting to get the raise, we would not come out on the newspaper. So it's not that I don't want to give off the impression like me and Commissioner Carmona were trying to hide something. We're just, since our salary will stay the same, we're not going to get an increase. For the purpose of the constituents, you're not going to see our names on there.
Mr. Pereira, but do we still have to put the judge's name in there because she's getting the raise from the state?
Not for the state
No,
one.
not for the state. They don't require it.
Okay, so
Yeah.
not her or Mr.
Mr. Gonzalez either.
Gonzalez,
No.
Mr. Lascano?
Nor Judge Abasca, nor Judge Flores.
District judges don't fall on this,
So-
Okay.
but the county elected officials do, but if it's not an increase, this is what it is.
So my question, can we discuss this or?
Yes, it can be discussed because we have to approve it, Commissioner, so we can put it on the
question.
newspaper.
I know we just hired or we appointed Ms. McDaniel and I was in here for the budget hearing. I'm sorry. Are we meeting her at 77,000 plus the increase will make her at 81,000? Is that what?
It's up to the court.
Because
I was proposing no increase.
Because to me, I mean, that's something that the previous administrator made during his 10 years here, 40-some years here, and that's why he was at the
Well,
dollar amount.
let me
But I
clarify
just want to
something.
make sure.
It's a good question, but let me clarify something that Mr. Pereira clarified to me, was that the reason why Mr. Garcia was getting more money than a lot of the other electeds was because Mr. Garcia, some time back, Mr. Garcia was given an additional $10,000 just because he was taking on the role of administrating the elections. So that's how come on there Mr. Garcia gets an additional 10. That's what Mr. Pereira advised me. So that's what I wanted to let you know, Commissioner Rubalcaba, is because I had the same question, and Mr. Pereira advised me that the reason why Mr. Garcia was getting paid more than other clerks or other individuals was because Mr. Garcia gets an additional $10,000 that was granted by this court, obviously before my time.
That was before my time.
Probably before your time too.
Because I was gonna say that, and then that's the case for the elections, and shouldn't the pay be adjusted because we're about to include an elections administration?
No, we're not.
Coordinator, whatever it is?
No, we didn't decide to do that. We're gonna get more information for it for next year.
I still say, to me, and I'm just one vote, but I'm saying 81,000 for the 5% increase. It's a lot because we have just appointed her here. She hasn't been here the full year. So that's just my opinion. That's just what I'm thinking.
I agree that I think that last year, what happened last year was any new elected officials coming in, they didn't receive the pay raise. So necessarily our pays weren't cut, but we just weren't entitled to that pay rate increase. And I feel like establishing that pattern and keeping things consistent, it shouldn't include that pay raise until after she's been elected, has served, a year, and then, or not even a year, a few months at that, but she would be past her election at that point, and then it should be warranted to receive that increase. And then I also had another question because I know that, and I'm very grateful that you guys are willing to make those accommodations for Ms. Gonzalez's office. But the only thing that I see some issue with is that if the goal, and please be aware that my whole mindset and objective is to try to compromise and not necessarily fight things. So please do not take this as an insult or that I'm trying to question you, Commissioner. But if he doesn't get his pay raise, then that leaves one commissioner out on the bottom. And if that's been the main goal to make sure that all commissioners are being paid the same, then it would kind of defeat the purpose of us trying to keep things fair amongst all. Because I'm even noticing that even on the constables are paid the same as well. Every single constable.
That's what that is between the two.
That's why.
But like they're all getting that way, and we see how everything's
I agree with Ms. McGrain's.
You agree with
But,
her?
I don't know how the commissioner, I think at the current rate, she's good.
Okay.
It's on
At the 77.
77. Anything else?
And on my judge, I'm still voting.
Okay.
So Ms. Maricela would get a 15%.
Yes, ma'am. 15.
Or 15 is fine.
Because she gets her 5%, plus she's gonna get my 5% and his 5%.
I have one more question.
Yes.
On the sheriff's office.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
sheriff, I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
I know he will be at $85,000.
He'll be more at that than that. He gets SB 22 as well. This is not included on the commission.
So it'll be.
He'll be close to 95,000 if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Because that one also got brought down, remember, because the previous sheriff used to get 100,000.
Okay, so his will be a.
I think it's close to 90.
Aren't we supposed to advertise that too?
Not the SB 22.
Not the SB 22?
Yes, SB 22 is not going out.
It's not.
Okay,
going.
so how much would the SB 22 be?
I think, I want to say it's like 6,000, Commissioner? 6,000, 7,000? Yes.
Because I see right here it's 85 and then 78 on the sheriff. No, what, it's not including his SB, this is not. Yeah.
This is for your, I don't have a. Yeah, SB is 50. 15 will add to the 85. Yes, sir. I had, my concern was because we have a county employee that would be making more than 85. And to me, that wasn't right for us to have an employee making more than the sheriff.
You mean in terms of like Ms. Mari?
No. An employee, county employee.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, the sheriff's gonna be making,
Over
yeah.
the sheriff. That's why I'm asking you.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, yes,
You
ma'am.
guys are saying it's 85,000 plus 15,000.
Yes, ma'am. So, any other questions? So I'm going to redact on the proposed salary for Ms. McDaniel. I believe it's my distinct understanding from what I've heard from all four of you, is that you are requesting for it to, your recommendation to me is to propose it at the same rate, and keep it the same. Myself and Commissioner Alonso Carmona will be remaining the same. And then on the district clerk's office, would go up to 73,037, which is indicative of a 15% increase. 73,037.
And is that the percentage that was requested?
No, she requested, I think 30 something,
Okay, so it's a good compromise, it's not.
made in the middle.
Yes.
Anything else? I will entertain a motion to approve.
I thought his monthly was gonna be 76.
No, Commissioner, because you put 63,511 plus 15%. 73. 63.
63 has the 5%.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, so it's 73,037. I'll entertain a motion.
Motion.
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona,
Second.
second by Commissioner Talamantes. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 5.3, discussion and appropriate action, budget adjustment between the golf course. The golf course is asking for lease agreement, contract services to be adjusted to utilities, data processing, uniforms, and concession stand.
Can you review these?
Judge, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought he was gonna go first. No, okay. See, this is a question that I'm having. As far as when it comes to the, the budget. So we're able to move money around from here to there. And that has been my thing, that you add the money in the account, you add it in the budget, and even though it's set for a certain thing, you're still able to come and move that money around to better fit the purpose. And I know that you took that into consideration during your budget workshop that you were saying. My first question was these added numbers, like how you're saying that the budget amendments, I recall you said that you take that into consideration?
Yes, ma'am.
I just feel like it's not, we get a lot of these budget things, and we sit here and we say, it's a little hard
When
to
you
say
say budget things, you mean the budget adjustments, or because a budget adjustment and a budget amendment are two different things?
Because you're taking money out from one line item and you're transferring it to another.
It's the same department.
No, but that's what I'm asking. Because remember, sometimes when I'm saying things and I'm like, the money matters that's in the account because you're able to move it to different line items. Then when I tell y'all guys to do this, and you're like, no, the money's not allocated for that. Every time that I'm saying that you put money in the department and you say the money's only used to allocate it towards one specific thing, whatever it be, let's just say utilities, right? And so you say, no, that's only used for utilities. But if he has money in his lease agreement, then he's able to transfer that money from lease agreement to the utilities, and it adds more money to that one. So that means that
I know,
our
but
budget.
that's different utilities, Commissioner. This utility, he's using money from the golf course to put into the golf course. And utilities means light, water.
So he's not
internet.
transferring departments, it's
No.
all within the same
No,
department.
it's within the same,
Misconception.
yes, it's within the same department,
Can
so,
transfer within the same
yes, he
department?
can transfer. He just
From
can't,
Supplies and others.
Yes.
Services, personnel, you can't.
You
That
can,
would be a
yeah.
budget
It-
adjustment.
it will be a budget amendment.
That,
Yes.
that's where we say we
Correct.
try and stay away.
We
from
try to
it.
stay away from the practice of doing a budget amendment
Yeah, we've
because,
done them, but we try to stay away from it.
Yes.
Anything else,
so
Budget
right here,
adjustment. So the
Yes.
adjustment and amendment are two.
they're two different things, yes, that's what I said, they're two different things because the utilities here, it's utilities like the light, the water, the internet, like those utilities. And so, it's not like the utility department, like he's not moving this money to the utility department.
I understand, thank you.
Motion by Commissioner Noguera,
Second?
second by Commissioner Alonso Carmona, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 5.4, discussion and appropriate action, budget adjustment number 75 between Road and Bridge number 1, Precinct 1. So he's asking for maintenance and repair roads to be transferred to maintenance and repair equipment and maintenance and repair equipment.
so
Motion by Commissioner Noguera,
Second?
second by Commissioner Alonso Carmona, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 5.5, discussion and appropriate action, budget adjustment between number 76 between the rodeo arena, asking for maintenance and repair building to telephone. Motion by Commissioner Noguera,
Second?
second by Commissioner Alonso Carmona.
I think everybody will be coming with the one for the phone, the telephone. The phone bill is extremely high in every department.
5.6, discussion and appropriate action, budget adjustment between the utility department, professional services and maintenance agreement to utilities and utilities.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Noguera.
Second?
You have a question,
This is
Commissioner?
the internet and all that.
You have a question,
It
Commissioner?
was high.
I was asking her if the rate was high because, like, why was it high? There was no bill this year. She
And
said,
so because we're
Just everything's going up.
everything.
because mine went up too, but I think Mr. Pereira helped me out on it as well, so I didn't have to. I didn't ask her any questions I should have, and he did it for me.
I have a second by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. 5.7, discussion and appropriate action, budget adjustment within JP4, deputies to part-time.
Just,
I don't know what it means by deputies.
yeah. So that's last?
Because the JP's force don't have deputies.
Oh.
If he misspelled, I mean, did he put a wording?
And that's the clerk
That's not-
deputy?
No, it's just his secretaries.
So it should be from full-time to part-time?
Full-time to part-time.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah.
It's supposed to, it was a mishap, Commissioner McCollum.
Yeah.
I'll entertain a motion.
Sure, I'm not gonna come say he needs a deputy.
Motion by Commissioner Odena,
Second?
second by Commissioner McCullough. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Discussion appropriate action, budget adjustment, Road and Bridge 2, from maintenance repair road to equipment.
So,
Motion by Commissioner McCullough,
Second.
second by Commissioner Odena. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Claim docket, we have general fund, $734,946.63. Dimmit County District Clerk, $25,224.93. Dimmit County Airport, $4,089.57. Dimmit County Golf Course, $16,438.68. Courthouse Security, $5,553.76. Records Management County Clerk, $3,366.12. Utilities, $59,585.71. Stone Garden, $32,633.95. Operation Lone Star 2022.
Excuse me, Jack. This is Fridays. And then this is yours. there's quite a change. This is the one for Friday that I got. Or I don't, maybe that, but there's quite a bit of change.
You're looking at last
Oh,
month.
sorry. So, I don't know how it wound up on my desk.
It's okay, Commissioner.
I apologize, sir.
Dimmit, you're fine. Dimmit County payroll, $670,040.67. Tax note series, $1,730,566.17. Interest and sinking, $10,200,371.98. 20 seals 2020, $3,540. Seals 2021, $24,821.35. Seals 2022, $59,323.51. SB 22, $14,408.11. For a grand total of $13,820,829.28.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Carmona, second by Commissioner Odena. All in favor? Any opposition? Motion carries. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn, excuse me. I'll entertain a motion. Motion by Commissioner Talamantes. Is there a second? Second by Commissioner Odena. All in favor?
Aye.
I abstain.
And I have one abstention by Commissioner Lucava. Thank you. 2.1, discussion and appropriate action, any new business? There is no new business.
On the Border Patrol station, we finally got the AC, all units are up and running. We did run into more issues with finding that the ducts on top of the, in the roof in one of the units, when it was constructed, there was void space left opening. So there's a lot of air that's escaping through those areas, and that's why that area is not cooling down the way that it used to. They think that it's just shifted over time and the hole has gotten bigger. That's the last thing that we have pending, that we're preparing quotes and trying to communicate back and forth, because I feel that given that they ran the diagnostics, that's something that they should have considered cashing during that time, and since it wasn't, we're going back and forth on a course of action and basically who's liable for covering it, but at the end of the day, we will get it done because it needs to be done for the station. And that should be our last repair as far as the ECs are going. Next, I would like to put on the next commissioner's court, if not the following. I really want to consider if the county is not going to employ somebody that can maintenance our HVAC systems, that we go ahead and sign a service agreement with Train just for the meantime, because
we have one already.
Not for the Border Patrol station, not a service maintenance agreement. We have the money allocated for it, but there's not one in place.
We
Just to
approved-
protect.
We had approved it when Mr. Juan Carmona was here.
With Train?
Yes. Yes, we did, right, Commissioner?
That and for the courthouse?
Yep.
Well, they have addressed me on it, and they've given me a second quote, because they did readjust the quote whenever we did the diagnostics. I know that as cost efficient wise, it's probably not smart to stay with them, but I feel that considering the amount of money that we spend on repairing those ACs, it's smart for us to go ahead and just do it, even if it's a short-term solution, so that way they can be maintained.
You might want to look into it, because I'm pretty sure that we have a contract.
Because we had one for the courthouse.
Because it's not being paid out of
Or
the,
not?
out of the. Yeah, it's not, it's because I have it in the money is in the budget for lease agreements, but.
I know we did approve it.
We did approve it.
But I'm talking about, like, there's no contract signed with them. Yeah, we may have approved the money, but we never approved, like, we never sat down and signed a contract with them, is what we have to do.
I'll go back and check with the company.
Yeah.
Because right now, is the courthouse receiving services for maintenance, or no?
No.
No, but it was approved, it's
Yeah.
not getting.
Well, it's Commissioner Carmona chose not to, because we started getting the bills and they were operating.
Yeah, and I know, but it just considering the amount of money that we spend on it, and me going really hard into if we ran the diagnostics, those are issues that should have been caught. I just want to stay in good standing and keep their eyes on it, just in case within the year something does happen, or we have faulty parts for whatever reason. It's less of a liability to us to go ahead and just put that in place moving forward. But I do agree that in the long run to hire somebody within the county.
3.1 claim docket. I'm sorry. Thank you, I know where. Public safety, $7,505.26. Thank you, Commissioner. It's okay. I'll entertain a motion.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Uranda, second by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Recess and adjourn. I'll entertain a motion. Motion by Commissioner Gama.
No, I let her have it.
He said he'd let you have it. Second by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition?
He fell asleep.
They get the small things.
This meeting has ended. Thank you very much.